Okay, hey, Alita Army. Welcome to the Alita Livestream of December 13th, 2024. The Men in Alita's Love Life, where we discuss all things to do with the movie Alita Battle Angel, the source manga Gundam, and the greatly desired sequels. I am your host, Creek Indian from Denver, Colorado. And with me is Smendrick19 from Deutschland. How's it going, Smendrick?
Grüß Gott, Creek. Hope you are fine. Everything is nice here. A little bit too less sun.
Is that right?
We don't have any sun shining here till a few days. It's misty, it's cold here in this region, and
Wow.
very, very winter-like.
Yeah, the sun was out today here in Colorado, but I guess now it's kind of not out too much, and I guess the temperature is about I'd say 8 degrees Celsius, or about 47 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah,
that's much. We have exactly 0.1 0.1 Celsius degree here, and
cool. All right. Well, then from the Shires in the UK is Vladdy. How's it going, Vladdy?
Good evening. Very well, thank you. How are you guys?
Real good, real good. It's good to have you back there, Vladdy. I know you were visiting family, weren't you, here the last couple of weeks?
No, last week I was here, wasn't I? The week before that I was away.
Oh, maybe it was a week before that. Yeah, maybe exactly. It was. Yeah,
I was away for a couple of weekends there.
Okay, well, what's it like over there in jolly old England?
It's gone back to just being grey and nothing happening really.
So it's not so
they said
jolly,
it wasn't going to rain, so like cycle to work, but it was like spitting the whole way just to make everything a bit more depressing.
So I guess jolly old England's not so jolly right now. Huh?
No, but they said it might snow over Christmas, so we got that.
Oh, that's nice.
Hopefully. But they always say that, and then it never does.
Oh, Jesus!
They love to tease us like that. It's really not fair.
Yeah, we got about 4 inches here about 4 days ago, but it's a lot of it's melted by now. So anyway, it is what it is. So, and I guess I haven't heard from Angelus, so I'm not sure he's going to make it.
He's up and about. What is he doing?
Who knows? He's probably on walkabout. So, that's what those Aussies say, isn't it? They're on walkabout or whatever.
Oh, I thought that was just Aboriginals who did walkabouts.
Oh, is that right? Oh, I thought.
Well, isn't the walkabout a thing where they walk off into the bush or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
And then they like hallucinate, go into dream time and stuff, and discover the mysteries of the universe.
Oh, I thought walkabout was just something. Go ahead.
We studied that. We read this book when I was in school called Walkabout, and they made a movie of it, which was really good in like the 70s, I think.
Oh.
It's about this boy who goes on a walkabout, and it's Aboriginal boy, and then I think he meets these two like white Australian children, and they like become friends.
Well, that's kind of like some of my
they may not end up being friends, but they probably don't read it anymore in school. Probably considered like
they do. Maybe
non-PC
they do.
or something.
Possibly.
No, it probably doesn't represent the. It doesn't matter. Let's crack on. What are we talking about? We got to Walkabout. How do we even get to Walkabout? Oh,
because Angelus is on Walkabout. Yeah. Yeah, kind of like I guess my ancestors said they called it Vision Quest, I guess, or something to that effect. I'm not sure.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's really cool. I love all that stuff.
Yeah, and they smoked peyote over here.
Yeah. I saw David Attenborough made like a documentary in like the 50s or something in Australia, and he had like Aboriginals doing like some like ritual dance or something, and they were going into like altered states of consciousness and stuff. I love all that things, and they like see things like the secrets are revealed to them.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's what
they've kind of lost a lot of that these days.
What they call now first Australians, I guess, something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Well, anyway, it's good to have you guys with us, because, we got a pretty neat topic, I think.
Well, yeah, I had to be here to supervise you, Creaky. Make sure Uncle Creaky doesn't become Uncle Creepy.
Well, Uncle Creek doesn't want to be Uncle Creepy, that's for sure.
That's why I'm here, make sure you don't.
Definitely don't want to, you know. I mean, yeah, I know my limitations, Marty. So, you know. So anyway, we are fast approaching 225 subscribers. As a matter of fact, we are pretty close to it right now. At last I checked, I was at 224,992 or something like that. So just 8 away. And what the positive for this is for me is that the more people that are watching or, you know, watching videos on my channel and all that kind of stuff, that's the more people that become aware of Alita and our queen Rosa. So, you know, that's kind of what this is all about here, you know. And of course, there is a bunch of us in the Alita Army who actually have YouTube channels, you know, so, you know, you can check out any number of those. You know, I probably ought to start putting their channel addresses in the description just for people to you know, look at them, you know, and I think I'll start doing that, you know.
Even I put up a video yesterday.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Oh, cool. Was that a video of your AI Alitas or?
No, it was just a short of the Queen Studios Alita bust.
Oh, okay, cool. Because
I think I did the exact same one like a few weeks ago. Sometimes I just get in the mood like, oh my God, she's so beautiful. I have to share.
Yeah.
I have to share a video of her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, she is, you know.
It's because they've just taken off the gold chest piece, whatever you call it, the gold bib.
Yeah.
You know, that on. And so, okay, I was like, oh, because she's looking great now.
Mm.
She looks great, whatever she's wearing and wearing nothing at all.
Badman's got a question for me here. Did they send me the plaque for 100,000 subscribers? No, Badman, they haven't, and I contacted them about it. And the reason why they haven't is because I use a lot of copyright material that is approved. That's approved by the owners. I don't do this illegally. You know, I mean, when I upload a video, I get notified whether the owners allow me to use their content on my channel, and if they don't allow me, I delete it immediately. So I'm not breaking any rules or anything like that by putting the copyright information on for that. And when I do compilations like that of copyright material, you're not eligible for the plaque, but that's okay. I'm not in this for that reason. I don't, you know, the plaque really doesn't mean anything to me. You know,
so when are they going to give you a plaque?
They're not going to.
What?
So, yeah. But that's all right.
What if you hit 1 million subs?
Well, probably not even then, because, you know, since I'm using a compilation of copyright material, I'm not eligible for it. So I have to use original.
Like, talking over it or something.
Oh, no, that's all right. I don't really care. It doesn't bother me. And from Mentor, Ohio, we have Chaos. How's it going, Chaos? And he's on mute. There he is.
Okay for now. Had some rolling power outages with the sudden change in weather, but it's okay now.
Cool.
What's weather change to?
So it changed from being about, you know, in Fahrenheit it was like almost 70, but then it dropped to like in Fahrenheit it was then became 20 to the teens, and it snowed a lot all over Ohio.
Yeah, that would be about 10 degrees below 0 Celsius. So yeah. So. Yeah, that's cold. That's cold.
Well, it was a quick drop. Yeah, and it snowed.
yeah, that is a quick drop. Good God, that's 50 degrees. Holy moly. So Fahrenheit degrees, that is.
Right. So, I mean, I'm telling you the lowest, like the nighttime, but it was a little warmer during the day. But it's just crazy how it turned from spring to freezing really fast.
Yeah.
It's wind from Canada that's doing that, but it was
well, you get
crazy.
You get that lake effect snow too, don't you? That's
yeah, we do. Lake Erie,
yeah. And when you key up your mic there, Chaos, we hear a really loud clicking noise. So I don't know what that's about. So
okay, this should be better.
Away at something.
Yeah, that's better.
Classic Chaos.
Yeah, well, that's all right. He's supposed to do that.
No, yeah, it wouldn't be chaos without him.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. The microphone was swinging around. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah. So
But
anyway,
otherwise, it works.
We were just talking about my channel, how many subscribers, but the one thing I do want to point out, and I think I'm going to start doing this at the in my descriptions, is every one of those channels that you see right there on the image, I'm going to start putting their channel addresses on there, and you can go click on them and watch them, and you can see Chaos is up there. Chaos Nova Alita Army, he's up there. So and you can of course see the Alita Army up there on the far left. So the reason why I put them there is because we're all in this together. All of us want to have that sequel. We want Alita to come back in the Alita 2 and 3, and we certainly want this for our Queen Rosa too, because she deserves it. She is such a great actor, and you know, she definitely deserves that, you know, and she wants to do it too. So that's another positive. So come on, Disney, let's.
Did you see her?
Let's make it happen.
Did you see her Academy thing? She's doing a
Yes.
Cyberpunk VR thing. Should we show that here? Or
Yeah. No, I don't have that in the presentation here. But are you talking about the what's it called, the Brutalist or something, that A24 event?
No, I'm talking about the Academy of the Academy Museum are doing a Cyberpunk thing. I'll send you a link.
Okay.
You can pull it up.
I can put it out in the public chat so people can go check it out. So
Can you show it on the screen as well?
Yeah. So anyway, my channel is.
I put it in the chat. I mean, I put it in the private chat.
Let me go get that. And Chaos, if you got any of that stuff, because I know you like to get on here and hawk your stuff too, and I'm happy to put it in here too. You know, so if you got something coming up, put that in there, and I'll post that in the public chat as well. So anyway,
you should have made her wear Alita cosplay.
Say what?
They should have made Rosa wear Alita cosplay doing the Cyberpunk VR presentation. Have you opened it yet?
No, but I have put it on the.
Man,
do you want to show it on the screen?
Show it on the screen. Show it on the screen.
Why do they call her Rosa Bianca Salazar? She never refers to herself like that.
Yeah, that's her name. So,
but it's always Rosa Salazar. Hi, I'm Rosa Salazar. Is she going to start saying, "Hi, I'm Rosa Bianca Salazar"?
Well, you know, that's her name. So let's. It doesn't matter.
Obviously, that's a beautiful name.
Yeah, it is. I
don't say my middle name's Lee, so who cares?
Yeah, my middle name is Randall. So, so anyway, let me get this.
That's okay. That's my grandpa's name too.
Oh, really? I like him already there, Chaos.
Well, he's not with us anymore, sadly, but that was his name. It's okay.
Oh, yeah.
I like the name.
Yeah, it is cool.
Rosalita, Bianca Alita, Salazar Alita.
There she is. There's our queen. So,
see, look, it's great. You had to show it. She looks so fun.
Yeah,
having a great time shooting her VR cyberpunk thing. Sorry, you manga expert. Isn't Yukon something in the manga, right?
You mean Yukon, like it? Yeah, I'm not sure what Yukon you're talking about. I don't remember. Chaos, you know about it, don't you? What is that?
Yes, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yukon Express? No. I know it's there.
Hold on.
I'm going to try and look at the wiki.
Well, that car you see there in a picture with Rosa, that looks like a car from that movie Blade Runner.
Yeah, it's based on Blade. If you read it, it says like it's based on Blade Runner.
Well, that Yukon you see behind her in the picture, that refers to a geographical area up in western and southeastern Western Canada and southeastern Alaska. You know, it's a really kind of a tundra kind of area. You know.
Yeah. Is it nothing to do with Alita though?
No, not really.
Well, this comment says the background imagery is clearly from Alita, as you can tell by the Yukon sign. You guys are telling me.
I don't recall Yukon being in
someone's replied. Okay, no, they misremembered. Oh, and where can you find the Yukon sign in Alita? I could be misremembering, but it seems so familiar and fitting for the film. Oh, he probably
Yeah.
got confused with Kansas Bar.
Maybe so.
Near Ito's clinic.
Because I don't recall Alita ever being
Yeah.
in Yukon.
I was confused when they said that, and I was just assuming it was something later in the manga, but it's obviously not.
Well, anyway, there's our queen, y'all. So
read through the thing. Scroll down.
Lottie, what are you now, the producer of this stream and of Radio Chaos?
Obviously.
Let's see what we got here. Okay,
it's really cool. It's a mixed. Why do they call it mixed reality? Is when it's the 100%. Isn't it 100% VR?
It might be AR.
I don't think it is. I think
it's got some if it's got some AR and VR, that would be MR. Okay.
Well, that's what I mean. I don't, because it's a VR headset, so can't see anything outside and into the to augment.
I wonder if that's something you can get into on the internet, because I can get my
Creaky,
Oculus.
can you go down and have a look at this? I've asked Charlie if he's going, and he hasn't replied.
Well, where is it? I don't.
It's in Los Angeles, but it seems to be running for a while, like all the way through into like March. It shows you a list of it. If you click on like show more.
Where is the show more?
You just had the show more. It was right in the middle of the screen, and you just scrolled up. When it showed the times, it had a list of the times.
Oh, I see. Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
So if you just scroll all the way down, it seems to go on for ages.
Yeah.
It's only like a 10-minute thing, though, so it might not be worth flying there for. That's why we need Charlie to go to give us.
Plus, I got state championships coming up, and that's going to be difficult for me to get there. And
she might. It's a cyberpunk thing, so she might mention Alita in it.
Well, she's probably not showing up at every one of these.
Yeah, no, it's a VR. It's not. She's not there in person, Creaky.
Oh, I thought you said she was.
Oh my god. It's a VR experience. Why didn't you just read the thing?
Because I'm lazy.
Just read it and then you'd know. It's like 2 paragraphs, like 2 sentences. Then you'd know exactly what it was and what's happening.
Okay, it's looks like it's a mixed VR type thing.
It's a VR thing with Rosa giving a presentation. Rosa Bianca Salazar giving a presentation about like how cyberpunk like sets are made like digitally.
Man, maybe she
isn't it cool? This is the kind of technology they'll use for the sequels and like promoting Alita and stuff. Because Cameron's going big into the virtual reality and everything too now. We're going to get insane Alita stuff with AI and virtual reality. Mark my words.
I hope we do.
Or we'll just get bloody shitty Terminator things and like Flights of Passage Avatar VR games. Like, give us Alita, goddamn.
I mean, the Terminator had one thing I did like, and that was Terminator Resistance, the video game.
Yeah, for sure. They could do cool stuff. We've had so much. Yeah, that's it. That's already good. They've already got a good Terminator game. We don't need any more.
Oh, look!
I mean, Dawn of Fate was also good, but that was way back in 2001. So yeah, first in a long time.
Well, one cool thing about it is there's no advance tickets necessary. That's pretty cool. And they will. Looks like they'll provide you with a VR headset too. That's cool. That's kind of like when I guess Angelus and his cousin and I went to that VR place in Austin, Texas. That was neat. The experience is seated, so it's like a theater type situation. So, okay.
All right.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else you want to aggravate me with on this, Lottie? Or
no, I think it's really cool.
But you can see it's open a lot. Looks like it's always open at 11 just before noon, I guess. So you could go see this thing, and
surely
then
Charlie can pop down and have a look and report back.
Well, maybe. Well, but what's cool
He's
about
in Los Angeles.
Yeah, well, he lives near Los Angeles.
I'd probably go there every day.
But it looks like you could go and watch this thing by like 11 o'clock every day and then have a good lunch after that. So
I think it runs from like 11 until 5 or something. So basically it's just open all day when the museum's open, and you can go in and try this cool VR thing with Rosa.
Yeah.
So I desperately need someone to check it out. When does it open again? Oh, it's already open now. So
it's open now. Yeah, you just
Charlie can pop down tomorrow and give us the lowdown.
He could.
Saturday, right? He's off work. I'll try.
Yeah. Come to think of it, I realize I'm going to apologize because my live stream was canceled because of the power going on and off. So that link that I put on the Discord, it should still work.
Okay.
Because I'll just have it rescheduled with the same link for a different time.
Okay. Well,
So
our queen.
sorry,
That's all
random
right.
there.
Well, our queen looks good, even in VR, doesn't she?
She looks super cute.
Yeah.
They could have put her. I guess it is kind of. I don't know. They could have given her a cyberpunky dress, maybe. Although it's kind of got a semi-dystopian aesthetic.
Wow, she still looks good. So
Of course, yeah. Looks freaking adorable.
I don't know. It might be a little of a letdown for me since I've met her in person. I don't know. So anyway, well, go check this out.
It'll be cool if they made like a chatbot of her and you can like ask her questions and she'll respond in VR.
Well, that would still be a letdown, but for me it would be. No, it'd be fun though. I think, yeah. Let's see. 80. It looks like. What is this duration? 8 minutes. Oh, I guess that's just the
how long the video is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just how long the video is. Then you can go peruse around the area, I guess. Oh, look, they named the lobby after Sidney Poitier. I don't know if you know who that is or not.
It's an actor.
Yeah.
It's an actor, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, that does look pretty cool. I have to admit that looks pretty neat.
So random that Rose is doing it.
Yeah,
I suppose she does have the chops because of cyberpunk. She is in the most underrated cyberpunk film of all time.
Yes, she is.
Yep.
I would say though that it becomes. Battle Angel becomes more cyberpunk in Last Order and near the end of the series, where you're actually going into that Ouroboros and the virtual reality aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's part of what makes Ghost in the Shell or Cyberpunk and Shadowrun cyberpunk, is that you also have an alternate virtual reality that your character goes into, part of the game.
I'm not sure I can go, Vladdy, because it says you need parental recommendations here.
Yeah.
Parental supervision, yeah.
Yeah, I need adult supervision sometimes.
Yeah. There was this TV series from when I was a child, and it was funny because the boy tells his grandpa, like, "Grandpa, come on, you're 81 years old. You are the parent."
Yes, the parent. That's right. Oh gosh, that does look really cool, but I'm not going to be able to make this because of my training schedule. That's going to be pretty difficult for me to. If it was into March, I could do it in March.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, well, I need to get Charlie on it really because he's local.
Yeah, we need to get Charlie.
Oh man, might still be in the area. I can't.
No, he is in the area. He's a train ride down to LA, I think. So
who, Armand or Charlie?
Charlie,
yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, he can get on the metro and go down there. So that's what he did when we went to the Playhouse. He got on the metro, so that was pretty cool. So
plus he can go any day in the week, so it should be pretty easy for him.
Yeah.
Can he record it in some way? He could put
I would bet not. I bet they won't let you do that.
They wouldn't allow it. I mean, for theatricals, you're not allowed to record.
Yeah.
I need to see it
for copyright reasons.
Yeah, well,
there might be a release. There might be a release on another medium, after the fact, but you're not by law allowed to record unless authorized, whether it's a concert or a performance.
I hope they make it a stream version of it. Or
I do too. I hope there is a version that gets released to, say, YouTube later, which does happen, but there are the authorized people to record at the event. Otherwise, if you're not the authorized one, it's not legal for copyright laws.
Well, I think I'd heard somewhere that I know when she was doing Cyrano de Bergerac. I know that I forget, maybe it was Charlie. It said that they do have a recorded episode of that. Now they didn't record it when
What?
I was. Yeah, well, they will make a recording of it for their members, I think is what it is. But I don't know about that. But
Oh,
I know they weren't recording it the 2 days I was there. So because there was no recording equipment set up, so
When are they going to release it?
I have no idea, Vladdy. I know that they didn't do any recording when I was there. Charlie suspects that they probably do have a recorded version of it, but he suspects only going to be available to the members of the Playhouse, or you can purchase it somehow. I guess.
Yeah. Hopefully, man, this would be great.
Yeah. Anyway, not that there's that many folks here on our stream here, but any of you, I do know a good percentage of my followers or subscribers are in the U.S. So if you are and you're in the L.A. area, go check this out. Where is this? Let's see. Where is this? It doesn't give a.
It should do.
Go back.
Yeah, it is.
Go
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
6067 Wilshire
Yeah.
Boulevard. There you go, right here.
I'm going to go visit it on Google Maps.
Yes.
Let me in. Can I teleport there in VR somehow? And then
Yeah,
you go from my
hopefully.
VR, activate that VR.
Yeah.
What was the
And
address?
let's check
Yeah,
out the address
Wilshire.
is
I was copying
66
it and then I got distracted by my nonsense.
Vladdy, you have nonsense? I can't
What?
believe
Nah, I can't imagine this.
Never.
6067 Wilshire Boulevard, LA
Got it.
90036.
Los Angeles count. There's lots of nice museums around. Oh, this would be a great day out for Charlie. You can wander around the museums. I'm sure there's nice parks around.
Yeah, I think that is an area where there's museums. So, oh, look at this.
What? What are you going to do? Email them to say, can we please?
No.
give Rosie the bus?"
But I'm just calling your attention. It looks like the Academy, the people that do the Oscars,
Yeah.
they're managing this.
Yes, it's the Academy
Yeah.
Museum. It's the same company.
Cool.
It's they obviously owe Rosa big time.
Because she is on the Academy board.
She's a member now, yeah.
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 But they owe her Oscars, god damn it.
Yeah. All right.
It looks really
well,
cool, the museum, the building and everything.
Yeah, it does. Oh, does it? Can you? Oh, you can't. Can you share it,
You
Blotty?
could I mean, no.
Well, I can get it as well. Let me see
Yeah,
if I
it's so easy to Google. You could easily get a
let me
picture
get
of
it on Google Maps here. Just
It kind of looks like the Death Star. That's what it looks like. The Death
Almost.
Star.
Yeah.
Which makes sense for the Academy. Bunch of bastards.
So there it is. Let me share that. Let's see. And what we'll do is
There's an automotive museum nearby.
yeah, let me
Oh,
This would be a nice place to visit.
it does sound interesting.
okay, there it is right here.
Analyzing all of the road layouts. There's an interesting octagonal shape and a square. What does it all mean?
Huh.
I have no idea, but it looks like they got some kind of dome situation.
Exactly. Yeah,
behind it.
it's the Death. If you look at a picture of it, like from the ground, it looks more like the Death Star.
Let's see, where can I do that? 22 photos.
You can sort of see that vibe anyway. What is that? They're
That looks
building
like-
the Death Star.
I don't know about that, Bloody, but let's see. They looks like they got a model car thing going there. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, this must be a display in it. Ooh.
Yeah.
I'd be curious
cool.
were any of these models used in films at all?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay,
think
yeah,
so.
okay.
I think so.
Because miniatures
I
are usually
think
used.
It's all movie production related stuff.
Ah, so it is. Okay.
This would be a cool place to visit.
Man.
I want to see the
Yeah,
cyberpunk exhibit though. Can we get pictures of that? Do they have
well,
any?
I'm scrolling through it to see if I can
Cyberpunk
find it.
exhibit Academy
Doesn't look like
Museum.
they got. You can see where I'm scrolling through it, right? Can you see that?
Oh, there's a video from 3 weeks ago.
What video?
I'll put a link in.
Oh, let me scroll. Let me keep scrolling, see if I can find it, Bloody. Let's look at this.
Well, you won't get much in that Google thing.
Oh, that's not.
Wow. It's a
That's
it's
close.
a
Yeah.
really
Gallery
big
of
location.
random pictures.
Yeah, I don't think.
Really
Yeah,
big.
let me
This
go
is
get.
good. This has pictures of the. It's got a slideshow of the museum. Oh, I can see Alita. 8 seconds.
Wait, let
What?
me.
What?
In the video I just sent in the private chat, which Creek is going to show in.
Yeah, hold on just a second. Let me. I got to share it. Hold on just a second here.
Man, I need a better display here.
Of course, cannot play the music. So can you guys see that? Okay.
Yeah. You could probably go full screen though. Well, there she is. Boom.
Yes, right down there in the lower right corner. Let me
Next
go
to
back.
a cool cyberpunk sign. That's as far as I got, by the way, so I don't know if she appears in any other shot. Hopefully they've got another, maybe like some concept art or something. That would be nice.
Yeah.
And here is Alita, the most underrated film ever. We apologize profusely for not giving it any nominations.
They're
I'm gonna
teasing
skip
us
through.
here that this is Tron.
Oh, it's Tron.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tron.
Great.
Ooh, really cool.
Great.
The original
Blade Runner
film.
after that.
And there's a light cycle.
You know, the arcade game that they made for Tron is pretty good as well,
Ooh, they've got
even though
some.
it's old.
They've got some James Cameron Terminator sketches, or they might not be. Oh no, it's someone else. It's some other. It's like a Terminator concept artist. I saw the name. It's not Cameron, but it's obviously made for Cameron. Or was that Akira? Yeah, I couldn't see any more Alita in this. Sorry.
This.
Whoa, check it out.
A helmet or?
Terminator.
Yep.
Where's Alita?
Couldn't see any more. I was skipping through. I could have missed like a quick cut.
Yeah, this is, well, we only got about a minute left on this, so let's see.
There's a Terminator.
Yeah. Where's Alita? Wow. I like it.
Man.
What I will also do is I will even put that in the description after the stream.
Yep. Yep.
That way people can go click on it and subscribe to that channel because I'm going to subscribe to it.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Man. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I would like this. I like that. It's pretty interesting to see that.
Yeah, it is. Looks like we got Lee here from Fountain, Colorado. Sorry, Lee, I was over on the other tab.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Lee.
Real good.
Hi, Lee.
Hi, Lee.
Oh, somebody was asking, are you guys looking at the chat box because we are having questions?
Well, I was on the other
I didn't have
tab.
it open.
Okay.
Let me get it
there
on.
was-
I forgot.
Yeah, I'm not sure what shows up
They
on
normally
the
show up
other
on the screen.
tab, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do they use the same tech as Recall? That's Recall with a C from the movie Total Recall. Oh, as Recall. No, that's a different. I don't know about that, bad man. I don't know. I don't know about that. So
Yeah, well, not all of them, obviously, because now Rosa Salazar's a member.
Yeah, now our
So
queen's
like
in there,
Calagridis
so
and everyone else.
she,
But
yeah, she's not and Lita's not, and all that. So they're not Sith Lords. They're not from the dark side. So okay, guys. But what I will do is I will put that in the after the stream. I can't do it during the stream, but after the stream, I will put those channel addresses, not just for these folks here on the screen, but I'll put the link for the Cyberpunk, exhibit or whatever there at the Academy. I'll put that in the description as well. So, okay, so moving right along, I guess we still have Rosa's Queen Studios bust, and we're going to get this to her. I'm going to send her another email, not right away, but I'm going to send her another one, and mainly to just wish her Merry Christmas. But she knows we have it, so it's just a matter of time. Whenever she's ready for it, she'll let us know. I mean, after all, we are the subjects. We are the subjects, Vladi. We're not the generals. We're the peasants, or whatever. Subjects is a better word, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you go on the gaming server, speaking of bus, someone else just got theirs today, which is always nice to see.
Oh,
And
nice.
it's a lovely picture. She looks gorgeous.
Yeah, I can't pull Discord up while I'm doing the stream because it takes up a lot of memory, and it's gonna mess up my internet, I think. So I have to strip down my computer in a software.
Yeah, I mean, Discord is odd. I mean, because you seem to need to have an actual Wi-Fi to run that.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I guess it's to make sure the connection's reliable, but
plus the app takes up a lot of space on
RAM.
A lot of RAM. So if I have to turn off a lot of stuff and get it out of memory before I do a stream, because if I don't, we'll have that situation like we had a few weeks ago where I get lost.
Oh.
So so I have to strip it down, so we can do the stream. So, but anyway, Rosa knows we have this, and she'll let us know, when she's ready, so that not to worry about this. And we got the Alita sequel petition, and I think we have added, I can't remember, maybe 10, I guess. I'm not sure, but in the last, I guess it's been 9 weeks, maybe 8 weeks, we've added 106 signatures. So if you have not signed the petition yet, go sign the petition. All you have to do is enter your name and email address. If you want to donate money to kind of promote it, you can, but it's not a requirement. You don't have to. All you really have to do is enter your name. And I believe you do have to enter your email, but what you can do is specify it as anonymous. That way your email address won't get put out on the internet for people to start bugging you, So if you're worried about that, you can sign it and then just be registered as anonymous. So anyway, 106 signatures in the past 8 or 9 weeks. So we are moving on a little better clip than we were before. And I think Netflix has a lot to do with this.
Definitely. Lots of people see it on Netflix.
Alita is doing extremely well. In the first 10 or 12 days, she was in the top 10. And in a couple of those, she was in first place. So, people are still discovering Alita, and they, hopefully, we get enough people, to discovering it and wanting a sequel, and maybe Disney will relent, and green light it. I do know James Cameron is very busy with the avatars. So, probably since John Landau passed away, I guess he's probably going to have to take a little more active role in it, perhaps. I don't know. I have no inside information on this whatsoever. But, I think probably he would want to anyway, to take a little more active role. And I think probably Robert Rodriguez would probably still direct it, but I can bet that it would be like a team effort, maybe that Robert would probably do maybe most of it, and then James Cameron would do a good bit of it or something. I don't know, but be that as it may, and I digressed a whole bunch there. This is how many people want to see a sequel. The Alita Army is bigger than people are giving us credit for. I mean, seriously. I mean, we're way over 200,000 people in the Alita Army.
Think
And
so. Yeah.
well, the thing of it is, it's not, I think, for us, we're kind of the core group, a bunch of us, but anybody that wants a sequel is in the Alita Army. We have a pretty low bar in terms of requirement for joining, but if you want to see a sequel and you signed a petition, certainly you're in the Alita Army. So, that's there you have it. And we got the Alita Gaming Network going on. And of course, we got a whole bunch of channels on that. We just added one last week called Fan Fiction. And I think a lot of folks have I think Panini Freak put one in there. The Creek's got one in there. Maxie's got his in there. Lee, I think you put yours in there too as well. Or I put it in there because you gave me permission to do it.
Yeah.
So you can go check those out. The only requirement here is you have to have a Discord username, and that is not a problem because you do not have to use your email address as your username. You can pick any username you want, and you can make it as nondescript as you want, so people don't get an idea of who you are or how to bug you if they're going to contact you or something like that, because they can't. I mean, you can send messages back and forth, but it's like for me, I don't know what Smendrick's name is. I just know him as Smendrick, Now I do know Vladdy's name, but which I will not say over the air. And I think Chaos, I think I know your name, and I think I know your name as well, Lee, because I think you told me once too. But see, you can use these names like they're using here on the stream as your username on on Discord, and then you can join the gaming network by just clicking on that what you see there. It's a link below our chibi Alita mascot, and you'll get the invite, and they just click on it and you're in, type thing. And that's a permanent thing. We don't have to change it anymore like we used to, because it's we used to have to do it every week, and it would only work once. So now though it's more permanent. Matu set that up for us. So anyway, if you want to join, certainly we have watch parties. We had one week before last. We watched the anime version of Ghost in the Shell. I think that first movie is one we watched. And, we'll have other watch parties going on. I might try to do one Monday, although I don't know which movie. But if anybody wants a watch party and you got an idea for a movie, shoot me a DM or a text or something like that, and we will see about getting it ready to watch, so we can watch that on the gaming network as well. You can upload your own content on here. If you do live streams at all, I mean, you don't have to be a full-time, not that we're full-time, but Chaos does live streams. Certainly I do live streams and Radio Chaos does live streams. But if you are doing one stream here and there, that's okay. You can upload your link to the live streams channel, and people on the gaming network can see it. They can watch your live stream. You can put your own creations in there. If you're an artist, you can upload that. You can upload videos and the clips and highlights if you want. If you got something that's maybe not Alita related or very loosely Alita related, you can upload that into the off-topic channel. And I know Smendrick and Blotty, I know they hang out a lot together on the network and the voice.
Yeah, we were just playing Cloud Punk just before the stream.
Cool.
Cyberpunk vibe, flying around in a flying car.
Oh, nice.
Through a cyberpunk city. It's pretty dope.
Nice. So anyway, you can join this, and it doesn't cost you anything. It's all free, and you're not going to see any, how would you say, ads or commercials on here because the Creek don't like those anyway, so they're not going to be on this thing. So, you can just get on here, have a good time with other Alita Army members, and, just hang out. Okay. Anything else, guys?
I'll just put these on the server because
Okay.
I didn't know how the whole situation with the weather was going to go until
Yeah.
today was okay.
You guys must get a lot more severe weather than we get here in Denver, I think.
It's abnormal. It was abnormal here in Ohio, but you know, I mean, it's up near Canada is the last place you want to be if you want to get away from snow. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
Because the wind from Canada comes down to you and it's cold.
Yeah. Yeah, the winters in
Even
Canada
if we had an El Nino, we'd still be at risk of getting snow in where I am in Ohio, and even in Western New York as well.
Yeah.
But
Well, I do know that where it was 70 degrees and it dropped down to 20 in like one day, was it? Chaos?
Yeah.
Or, man,
It was overnight too, but still, you know, you're like
big
spring weather and you wake up in ice.
Yeah. Well, that's a pretty heavy load on the electrical infrastructure. So
yeah,
you can see why I have brownouts and blackouts. So
well, the thing was had to do with the wind and the snow. Was just some power lines did get downed.
Anyway, be that as it may, if you want to join the network, we welcome you onto the network. Matu and I police it, although we don't have to do a lot in this area, you know, because the Alita Army is pretty good. You know, we're not toxic or anything like that, like some fandoms can be, you know, so we, you know, we're real respectful and, you know, that kind of good stuff, you know, so if you want to join and come hang out with us, you can do it, you know, and we will welcome you. All right, guys. Well, this is kind of a subject that we kind of did a little bit last year, except we didn't focus on the men that Alita would be interested, perhaps at some level anyway, be interested in having a kind of a relationship with them, like a romantic one. Now, some of them are up there, probably not, you know, although there might be some potential there for it. And of course, Vladi, you know, I got slides after this. So, but anyway, they're the four major ones. And now we got some others there that we're going to talk about, you know, that maybe she can, you know, ship with, you know, but we're pretty much, does Hugo count as a man?
I think the movie version does. He counts as a very young man, but yeah.
Yeah, but Bad Man's right. Hugo is not a man, is he? In the manga, he's kind of
in the manga, he was like a young teenager.
Yeah, so he's not really a man.
Seemed like it anyway.
But Kean Johnson is definitely a man. So he's, you know, he's actually in his 20s, I think, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's like 28, something like that, maybe.
Yeah, I think he's towards his late 20s now.
Yeah, that's right. So now, when they shot Alita, of course, he was more like 23, I think. So
yeah, he was young 20s.
Yeah, that's right.
But so many years have passed. He's grown a bit.
And so many years have passed, Disney, and we didn't get that sequel yet. So that's it. But
gave us the sequel.
Yes.
Disney.
Ja, wir möchten das Sequel, nicht wahr, Smendrick?
Ja, wir brauchen die Fortsetzung.
That's
aber
right.
ganz dringend.
Genau. Anyway, Hugo, of course, is obvious. You know, he even in the manga and the anime, Alita has the hots, you know, for Hugo. It's a first love teenage thing, as far as she knows, because you remember, she has no memory, you know, after all this stuff. I mean, she could have been married, you know, when she was in the although I doubt it, you know, but you never know.
Who knows what kind of life she had before then? She doesn't know yet.
Yeah, that's right.
As far as the movie version of her, we don't know yet either.
That's right. So, yeah, she might have been an old married lady, or she could have been just like we suspect she might have been. So anyway, that's the way that works. And then, of course, there's figure 4. That's the Creek's favorite right there.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I like him are not only because he's a badass, pretty strong, big guy, you know, but he's also, and I know Dan and I have had this discussion, I believe he's American Indian. Dan thinks he's Polynesian, but we lost Chaos.
Yeah, he had to go for a bit.
Oh, that's right. He did put a message there in the Yeah, his audio is giving out on him. But yeah, I think figure 4 is actually an American Indian. That's what I think. And of course, we had that discussion where Dan said, "Well, wait a minute, that's a fisherman." Well, Indians fish too.
A lot of people fish. People with access to water tend to fish.
Well, my ancestors, the Creek Indians, they fished. I mean, you know, it's no big deal. You know,
fishing's fairly common the world over when you got access to water.
That's right. And then, of course, there's Chaos, and that one's up there because I think mostly Chaos had romantic inclinations toward Alita, but
he had quite a few romantic inclinations toward Alita.
Yeah,
she didn't feel the same.
No, she did not. As a matter of fact, she slugged him once for trying to take advantage of her.
A couple times, I thought.
Yeah, he did. Yes, she did, rather. But anyway, I put him in there because, you know, who knows if things that have continued, you never know how things work out, you know. But anyway, I got him in there. And I got Joshigan in there. Now, we're not going to talk a lot about Joshigan because they're going to talk about that tomorrow, or we are in Radio Chaos. But we will very briefly, you know, maybe suggest why this might have worked out like this. You know, and then, of course, we're going to go over some others that she could also ship with. And not just men, because I do know, I guess, Channel and Matu think that Alita could be kind of go both ways, you know, because she really did have a really good relationship with Lou Collins, you know. And who knows, you know, she is a cyborg. She's not, as she told Hugo, I'm not completely human, you know.
Well, I'm not really in the camp of being good friends with somebody means you might have a romantic interest in them.
Yeah, that's right. So, and she was good friends mainly with Lou, but I got him. Well, we'll talk about Lou when we get there, but I got her in there too as well mainly because Era and Channel and Matu thinks that, you know, there could be a possibility there, you know, for you know, kind of a same-sex type thing going on, but you know.
Yeah.
Who knows? You know, I personally think Alita's hetero.
Between who and who? Alita and who? Sorry,
Lou Collins.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah. I don't
and know. You know, and I also threw Gelda in there too. Although I don't think that's going to be a reach. That's
going
to be a big reach. But I got her in there because you never know.
That's
you know
the mother. That's like the mother type who raised her and Erica.
Yeah, I think that would be more appropriate. I think
that'd be. Like Alita and Zex. Zex is basically her brother.
I got Zex in there as well, but we'll talk about that when we get there.
All right.
Yeah,
this is way too much shipping for my liking.
Well, I was hoping that Channel would come on or
degenerate shipping.
Yeah, so because there are experts on shipping.
Yeah, I haven't seen this much shipping since I worked in the UPS.
The girls love shipping.
You worked for UPS and you didn't see this much shipping, Lee. All right, well, let's go on.
We do need some girls in there. They do. Shipping is more of a girls thing.
I think so.
Well, I didn't actually work for UPS, but I worked in like a warehouse that dealt with some of their shipping and handling stuff.
Yeah. Well, here's the obvious one. The first two are actually obvious, very obvious, but Hugo. Now, for me, and you guys chime in anytime, you can interrupt me. You're not going to hurt my feelings. But this is obvious. I mean, Alita meets him, you know, in Iron City or in the scrapyard, I guess, in the manga, you know, and in Dr. Ito's office in the anime. But she immediately falls head over heels for Hugo. You know, she thinks he's just a cute little guy and all this kind of good stuff, you know. So I think it was more like a kind of an infatuation type situation, you know, with him, you know. Now, I would say with Hugo in the movie, you know, because he's an adult in the movie, you know, he's even though he's a young adult in the movie, he's still an adult, you know. And I think that when he sees her in her berserker body, I think that's what it really clicks for him, you know. And I do think that, you know, his feelings for her are more mature in the movie than they are definitely in the manga or the anime. Now, I do think in the manga and the anime, I think Hugo does fall in love with Alita, but that was when he was hanging by a thread. Almost.
Yeah, way more interest from Hugo to Alita.
Yeah, that's right.
The movie.
Yeah, because I think in the manga and the anime, Hugo just considered her just like a cute girl that's hanging around him, and he doesn't have any real feelings for her. Maybe she's just cute or something, but that's about it. He doesn't really have any deep feelings.
Yeah, he
But
didn't seem to mind her being around, but the movie seemed to have him be more, especially towards the end. He developed much more mutual feelings towards her.
Yeah, I think so. And of course, she in the movie had some pretty strong feelings toward him, even in the beginning, even when she was in the doll body, which I think was making her think like a very young teenager. I
don't think it was making her think like a young teenager.
You think? Well, what do you think?
Why do you think it changes how she thinks? Isn't it just a body?
Well, I think so, because she doesn't remember anything, so she sees that.
That's not the body's fault. That's the traumatic brain injury and being knocked out for decades, for like however long.
For like 300 years. Yeah,
exactly. We don't really know how long she's been out.
Yeah.
Well, the image of the body could have kind of.
The body hasn't given her like an age or anything. It's literally just an object.
Yeah. But I was thinking maybe just, her seeing herself in the mirror looking that young might have given her an impression of that.
Yeah.
That basically sort of wears off as time goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did make an impression on her too, because she said, wow.
Yeah, a psychological impression for sure.
Yeah, that's right.
But not a physical one. I don't think it would have made her actually be a certain age. You know what I mean?
Well, but I think it would make her think that way, though, I think. Because she doesn't remember anything.
Tricky one. It's tricky psychological discussion, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, and I think you're right, Bloody. I think it was psychological, that's for sure, but
there have been studies. People will act differently when either dressed a certain way, or if they perceive themselves to be of a certain social status or something. Even if they aren't really, it does alter the way they act and conduct themselves.
That's very true. Yeah.
Well, it looks like Alita the Killing Angel says that she's more aggressive in the Berserker body.
Part of that, I think, is also she begins to remember more of who she is and what she is. And the body, I think, helps to reinforce that on a subconscious
And it gives her all that extra confidence of just having the body she wanted and having all that extra strength. And just
all the extra strength and power, that can back that up. Yeah.
So she would just naturally be more that way because she's more confident.
Well, remember what she said, it feels more me.
Exactly.
So, well, it was the body that was supposed to match up to her core, too. So there's probably a lot less desynchronization between like the jury rigging that Ito probably had to do with a Earth-type body and her core.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, it's incredibly stunning.
Well, I think in the Berserker body,
she must feel like she's the most beautiful thing in the whole planet, and she'd be right.
Yeah, she would. But I would say this though, Vladi. I think the thing about her in that Berserker body in the movie is that her Berserker body was like Lee was saying, is more in sync with her subconscious, and that's why the nanotech was kind of adjusting to her image of herself.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I think she was more like 18 or 19. When. Well, especially when Gerhard said, "Looks like she's older than you thought." Well, yeah. So, and that's the I think when Hugo kind of fell in love with her, or at least had a very strong attraction toward. I think he always kind of was somewhat attracted to her because he was good to her in her doll body, But
I feel like he was instantly attracted to her. Some people say he was only interested in her body, but I think
according to everything
enamored with her.
Yeah, according to everything I've seen, he was nice to her initially, mainly because it was Doc Ito's work. And you don't screw with Doc Ito's stuff ever.
Yeah.
Because there's that reputation there. But he was basically appraising her as one would appraise a
car.
A fancy piece of artwork.
Yeah.
There was definite glint in his eye. I think
I did not see that.
He was looking at the hand because he was thinking of maybe stealing it, but
I feel like he just saw her and he just fell in love.
I don't see it.
Well, I think I do it. Some of my videos, I'll have where he first meets her and he picks her up and he says that stupid phrase, "Oh, you're heavy," which you dumbass. is what I always say when I see that scene. But anyway,
well, yeah, in the
he looks at her
in the
though.
original, he said the whole heavy thing because he fell trying to pick her up because she was hanging on from him.
Well, maybe, but when I've done videos where he first sees her, he looks at her, I always stop it right there sometimes, you know, and he sees her brush her hair back like that. It's like his mouth is open, like as if say, oh, wow, she's cute.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
What does it say in the novelization? Can you remember? Does it show his inner monologue at all?
Cannot specifically remember.
I cannot remember. I have not. Now I've only listened to the
that
audio
clears
book.
things up, doesn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember. So yeah, I usually listen to that audio book when I drive cross country, you know. But
oh, come on! I could use an. Oh my god! Probably shouldn't even say.
What? Go ahead.
What if we could create AI voice of Rosa to read the entire novelization? Because I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of
subscription.
He's fine.
That would be an undertaking because I know I've got a subscription to 11 Labs, and you have to physically put the text in there and buckle up because that's a lot of text.
Can't you just copy and paste the whole book?
Oh my!
If you have a long subscription, they start giving you a bigger allowance.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be.
I thought it'd just be easy. Just copy and paste the book in, input loads of Rose's.
Well, I just looked over the chapter that doesn't actually say he did think she was cute, but didn't seem to think much beyond that.
Oh, but it doesn't say he was like eyeing up the arm and was only interested. What he invited her. I don't think he just invited her to like play, you know, motorball and stuff, just because he wanted to get a better look at the body and maybe like. Jack, no, I just can't believe that. He was definitely interested in her.
Well, at that point, he might have been developing it. I'm talking about the very initial.
Yeah.
Well, what I do think is,
especially the way he looked back at her when he was getting on his bike and taking off, it did not seem like a particularly friendly look.
Well, I'll give you that. I took that as being more nervous about Ido, rather than thinking.
But I think in her doll body, though, I think he thought she was cute and didn't mind her being around. But I think I think his feelings for her when he first sees her in a berserker body is a lot deeper. You know, I think it's like, oh my God, you know, ooh, this lady's nice. That's kind of what I think he was. Maybe not like that's pretty crass, but you know,
I wouldn't say quite that much.
Yeah,
he already had. I don't know. I feel like he was already like quite in love with her by that point.
Well, he was definitely attracted to her and had some feelings for her before then, but seeing her in her more mature body, I think, helped cement them.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Well, some things about.
Or I think it basically helped her find out who she was and sort of feel more like herself again.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's got way more confidence. She was right there over to Hugo for those texture sensors.
Yeah, those texture sensors. That did it for her, didn't it? So
well, anyway. It would. She might even be more like sensitive than a human body.
Could be, you know.
Yeah.
The possibilities are endless.
Well, I think some of the qualities that Hugo had that maybe Alita still would like. I think certainly he's, you know, I guess she sees him as really cute, you know, so that would be a plus, or good looking guy, you know. He's
we need Panini Freak here and Random Bomb.
Yeah,
we do. We need them. My big Hugo cheerleaders. I need them with me.
Yeah, they're not here, so
they'll probably be here tomorrow.
Yeah, they're not here, damn it. So anyway, but he's a survivor, you know. I mean, he is. I mean, in the environment that he's in, you could say he's an entrepreneur. You know, I mean, now he's doing some quite questionable stuff, but he's making a living. You know, he's doing that. You know, so. And he only needed 9.
Well, I think she was also attracted to the fact that he had a dream he was working so hard towards.
Yes, that was
he had a certain drive that I think she found attractive.
Exactly, yeah, that's true. And everyone needs that, really. You've got to have your own thing.
Yep, that's right. So, and I think I agree with Lee on that. I think that that was something. Remember, because when they were riding on the back of his gyrocycle, she said, "What's your dream?" You know, and I'm going to show you. You know, I mean, she seemed to be real excited about seeing what Hugo's dream was. And in the novelization, it I think spells that out. You know, that she was you know, really into him showing her, you know, his dream, you know, or something, you know. So but yeah, he's a survivor, you know. He's making a living, and in her eyes, he's a good-looking guy, you know.
He's got all those inside contacts.
Yes, he's got inside contacts.
Yeah,
and,
connections rather.
Yeah. Of
course,
I
she'd be really impressed by that.
No, she wasn't really. But she made a joke about it later on.
Yeah, she said, "What? You're not the only one with connections,"
which was so sweet.
Yeah, it was. So
2 connections in the entire Avon City.
And I think she genuinely liked hanging out with him, you know.
Yeah, well, he like introduced her to motorball and everything.
That's awesome. Right. I mean, you know, they had that common interest too, you know. I mean, and then the novelization, of course, they'd go into some movie, or they kind of did it in an outtake, but yeah, you didn't see it in the movie, but they actually he trained her in motorball, you know, so they kind of had, you know, that in common. You know, they both, she developed a love for the sport. Now, she didn't stick with it, obviously, after Hugo died. You know, she got as far as she wanted to go with it and moved on, you know. But at the time, you know, when Hugo was alive, it was something, you know. Remember, she said when he was on he had called her and said that he was on his way. And she says, "I'm doing this for us, remember?" You know, that kind of thing. So I think it was something that she saw that they could.
It was to help him fulfill his dream.
Yes.
And they were both planning on going to Zom.
And they were doing this together.
Yeah.
You know, I'm doing this for us. You know, so that's I think that was a big driving force for her on that one too, you know, in the movie. In the manga, it's not the same, and in the anime, certainly, because the anime has no mention of motorball in it whatsoever. So you know, but and I don't know if Hugo was that. I don't know in the manga. I don't know if he knew a lot about motorball in terms of like the movie Hugo did. I think he was just a you know, in the manga, he's basically just
on the manga. Actually, I don't think he even liked it. He had no interest in it.
Yeah,
he didn't. Motorball wasn't mentioned until after Hugo was dead. However, the way the film was portraying it was like it's like a hockey sport, so people like to play it like hockey.
Yeah, it was like you had like the big stadium that the entire city goes to, and all the fans meet and have, you know, a big see the big sport that everybody that like dominates the culture basically.
Yeah,
in the movie.
Right.
It didn't necessarily seem to be that way in the manga though.
Well, the manga, he was just
in the manga. There had to be a huge stadium for being able to go that fast on the track.
Yeah.
And the video game is Martian Memory is cool because you get to actually be on the motorball tracks, playing that as a mini game.
Yeah. Well, in the manga, they at least according to the wiki, there was at least 3 stadiums because the city, I guess, is supposed to be much larger, so it sprawls out more.
Mm-hmm.
So they actually had
there was the Coliseum, the motorball. There was the motorball stadium because that took a lot of track. It's like a NASCAR stadium, basically. I mean, the size would be about that large.
The Coliseum be more like football, I think.
Well, according to the wiki, they had 3 motorball stadiums. In the manga.
Yeah, but the Coliseum wasn't motorball. That was just combat sport.
Well, I'm not talking about the Coliseum. I'm talking about motorball stadiums. Specifically motorball stadiums.
Okay.
But like I said, that's according to the wiki. Take it for what it's worth.
Yeah.
Right. The wiki is not necessarily accurate on some things.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I know.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Chaos.
I'm just saying certain entries. I mean, like Chaos is. I would say he's a cyborg, and they say he's not in the wiki.
Is
Well, he
Chaos
may not be a
cyborg?
cyborg in the sense that most people in that world are cyborgs with like
He's
limbs replaced
augmented,
and that kind of thing.
definitely.
Yeah, he's augmented. Yeah, that's right.
What's his augmentation?
Like
Well, I think it's
he
that
appears to
device
have his
that's-
skeleton. Well, it's not just the device. His skeleton is augmented to be really durable, so that his bones don't break. And
Got
he also
reinforced.
he has a telemetry where his movements in his body are connected to what the other guy has in his body. So
Yeah,
that's how the other guy has his knowledge of how to move around and has knowledge of fighting styles is from Chaos and his memory and his own muscular system.
Ah. Well, let's see what Badman says here. The scrapyard is
Chaos is a cyborg.
about 40 kilometer radius from the center to the hydro wall. Okay.
And Tefari's or Zalem is about 7 kilometers in diameter.
So the scrapyard, in terms of I guess diameter, be 80 kilometers. So that would be a roughly 50 miles. That's a big city. That is huge. 50 miles.
I was trying to make it in Minecraft, but obviously that's not scale.
I understand the scrapyard in the manga. That was much bigger, I think, than what they portrayed in the movie.
Yeah,
I think a smaller version.
And you could see that when Hugo is driving away from it, they go by that farm equipment, and it looks like the scrapyard wasn't much bigger than Zalem was in diameter. And I guess in the movie, Zalem is like 2 miles above the surface and about 5 miles wide. So, yeah, I think you're right. I think it's, as opposed to in the manga, it's 50 miles, 50 miles in diameter, 25 miles.
That was one of the reasons I could believe that the manga city actually had more than one motorball stadium, simply because it's so massive in size.
Yeah. Well, the scrapyard's as big as Denver, really. I mean, 25
I was
miles.
thinking LA. I mean,
yeah, LA's
not
bigger
like
than...
Kansas City is in terms of overall area.
Yeah.
That is huge compared to Denver or Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of the miles out you have to go to be in the suburbs from Kansas City.
Yeah.
Or even Cleveland, right? It's closer to me now.
Yeah, well, Cleveland's kind of up against Lake Erie, isn't it?
Yeah, it's close to there.
Yeah, I've been to Cleveland. It's it's kind of like hugs Lake Erie, and then down below that, you got Columbus, Ohio. So that's and it stops way short of that. So yeah, Cleveland probably in land size is not as big as Denver. I don't think. I don't know about the population. I don't know about that, but yeah, here the scrapyard's as big as Denver. I mean, it's huge. It might even be a little bigger than Denver, actually. So,
yeah.
So anyway, there's like you say, Spendrick, where's Panini Freak and Brandon Bomb? They could really give us a lowdown on why Alita might like Hugo.
He's just like Ido's like the overprotective father, and Hugo is the the sort of bad boy who wants to show her the world, sort of thing.
Yeah, and he don't want that to happen, or at least he doesn't seem to want it to happen initially.
What, Hugo?
You mean
Ido?
Oh, Ido, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I put a little fan art that I remembered from recently in the private chat.
Let me pull that up and
share
it. Yeah, let me pull that up and share it.
I don't know. It's not obscene, I don't think. I think it's sweet.
Yeah, this is. Let me pull that up. That is. You guys see that?
This is really cute.
It's cute. They're just relaxing.
It's absolutely cute.
Well, here's the thing. In the novelization, they kind of allude to the fact that Alita spends a lot of nights and comes back the next morning, type thing. And everybody knows who she's visiting.
Yeah, they said like anyone their age would.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that is cute. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
She's just like really peaceful and happy, and it's a really sweet moment. And I think it's nice she got to experience that feeling for Hugo. People always bitch about the love story, but for me, it like gave it such a strong heart, and I think it was beautifully done.
Yeah, I gotta sign in to do that, so I'll get that one later, I guess. So, okay.
What does that say in Spanish?
Now my Spanish is freaking horrible. Let me see if I can translate it.
You're gonna get your translate book out.
Yeah, no, I was gonna copy and paste it.
Boom, a translation.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay, I've got it on Google on the Translate app.
Yeah,
the missing scene in Alita Battle Angel.
Yes,
that's what it says. The missing scene in Alita.
Well,
Battle
now
Angel.
This right here means Angel of Combat.
Yeah. But it's a different name.
Yeah.
Sometimes it translates to Alita Fighting Angel. Yeah. But it's obviously still means the same.
Well, Anjo is Angel, so
yeah.
Of course, that is combat.
Wait, I was saying something else, but then I was distracted.
What about some of our Spanish speakers out there?
No, I was going to say, they say the missing scene, but it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like subtly alluded to as well in when like she was offering Hugo a heart. It's almost like him like turning down like a too early advance. You know what I mean? Like he showed that he respected her a lot in that moment.
Yeah.
And I think it was almost metaphorical in a way to like, you're giving someone your heart. It's like you're giving everything to them.
Yeah.
And I can see a metaphor there for like, relations.
Well, I like it when she said, "This is who I am," and he says, "I know. Put it back." So it's like, okay, sweet. This is you, and you keep being you. It's all that's kind of the way I saw it.
It's not often a girl rips out her heart and literally gives it to you.
Exactly. Literally.
Pretty intense.
Yeah, it was
pretty intense.
And she said it was intense.
Yeah, one day maybe someone take the heart out.
Yeah, that is sweet, isn't it? Anyway, moving back to what we got here. So anyway, my feelings toward Hugo were pretty negative the first time I saw the movie because he I kind of
some people's do seem to be got to be said. Some people are like, oh, I love the movie, but the love story. But I just think they're just like ignorant.
No, I don't mean that, Bloody. What I'm talking about, when I first saw him, I thought, I don't know about this guy, and then he does this deal.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of meant that as well. It's kind of related.
Yeah, even after the grind cutters, he saw them and all that stuff.
And still didn't speak up or anything.
Yeah, I kind of had a negative view of him at that one. But as having seen the movie as many times as I have, my feelings evolved about him because I guess if Alita was, say, like my daughter or niece or whatever, and she loved him, and he did treat her well too. It wasn't like he was mean to her or anything, like a bad boy might be. I mean, I thought, well, okay, and he did come around. I said, all right, well, maybe, he said, I'm leaving this. He told Tanji, I'm leaving this behind, and if you had any brains, you would too. So he did that for Alita. So anyway, that my feelings toward him kind of evolved after that. So.
Overall, I like the movie Hugo a lot better than the anime version.
I do too. Anime or manga version for that matter.
That's right. Yeah.
See, Ito needs to talk to Alita about the dangers of selling anything related to antimatter to random people. Well, I wouldn't say a bad man that Hugo would be a random person, but it's like, okay, you're going to give this antimatter microreactor heart to a guy that jacks cyborgs. Of course, she didn't know he was doing it at that time, but I thought, oh my God. So. All right. Any more thoughts about Hugo?
Nah, he's just like, he's a bit dim, but we love him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree to this, Floody.
Yeah.
Here's the Creek's favorite right here. Now, the reason why he's my favorite course is because he's he's a big, powerful guy. You know, he's muscular, obviously, and he's of course, I think, an American Indian. And but one of the things I do love about this was so different than when she met Hugo. When she met Hugo, it was like kind of like, for her at least, it was like love at first sight, right? Not so with Figure 4. These two were very contentious at the beginning, you know, and you can see the panel on the right there. She literally kicks his butt and stomps him in the dirt just about. And he just kept coming, you know, and she said, what is wrong with this guy? You know, well, I'll tell you what's wrong with him, Alita. If you want to know what's wrong with him, he's like you. He doesn't give up. So
did I ever say how much he resembles Jason Scott Lee? I think I did.
Yes. You have mentioned, I think, at least one.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, Jason Scott Lee was good in that movie Soldier, by the way. He was real good in that movie. But yeah, I like that panel on the right when, you know, of course, Figure 4 has all this bravado and all this stuff. And I want to fight you now, Angel of Death, or something like that, you know, and he goes to palm strike her like he does here. And she easily evades him and hits him, you know, kind of, I don't know if she broke his nose or not, because I don't think she was trying to really hurt him. You know, I mean, she was just, it's almost like she was having fun with him almost, you know. And his thought was, oh, my God, she's fast.
Mm-hmm.
It was really funny, you know. And, of course, she proceeds to beat the crap out of him, you know, and then, you know, says, what is wrong with this guy? Because he kept getting up, you know. And I think that made a big impact on her right there, because she had lost her humanity at this point. You know, she was just a killing machine, almost indiscriminately, although I do think she still had somewhat of her moral compass.
Oh, yeah. I think she had just lost everything and she was focused on survival in the mission. That was it. That's all she had left.
Yeah, because they lied to her, you know, and told her that everybody.
Well, they were lying to her and using her.
Yes. Everybody you knew and love is dead. Well, no, they're not. So, but she didn't know that. So, but what I do like about this guy is he's also a survivor as well, you know, and they have a lot in common. You know, they're both combatants. You know, I mean, he defeats 38 cyborgs. He kills the 38th cyborg because he's trying to kill Alita. You know, that cyborg is, and of course, she doesn't know Figure 4 is alive, and he all of a sudden shows up and takes out the cyborg. You know, and she's, you know, that I guess that sealed the deal for her. I guess, you know, I mean, she thought she had lost him, and then he's here, and then, you know, then of course the rest is, I guess, somewhat biology and nanotech, I guess. So, but anyway, that's my thoughts about him. And another thing I do like about him too is he's an adult. You know, now I think in the manga, and I think Badman pointed this out at one point, he's like 23 years old here, and I think Alita is like 30 at this point. In terms of apparent age, she's actually over 300, obviously, but, you know, in apparent
the manga
age,
over 200, because it was only a 200.
Yeah, the manga was over 200, and the movie over 300, but she's significantly older than him chronologically, you know. Yeah. But apparently, you know, just her appearance and just her mental, you know, just her mental processes and stuff like that, she's like 30 years old, I think, at this point, maybe 32 at the oldest. You know, and he's 23, I think. So, you know, he's a full-fledged adult, whereas Hugo was more like 19, I think, something like that. You know, so he's a little more experienced. Now, one thing it is funny about Figure 4 is he's not the brightest bulb in the bunch either. I mean, this guy, he's kind of he's you know, I don't know how to put the word without being mean, I guess, but his ignorance factor is kind of high up on the list, I guess you would say. You know, some of the things that he does and all, but he eventually develops a very strong bond with Alita to the point that he's willing to carry her across the desert, you know, without water, you know, and Alita says, don't do that. Leave me here and save yourself. And he says, no, I am not going to leave the woman I love behind. She said, you'll have your freedom if you do that. She said, well, I have my freedom now. I can go here, I can go there, or I can just, do what I'm doing now. And even if it's at the end, that's my freedom, So anyway, I really like this guy a lot. When I first read the manga, I said, yep, this is Creek's favorite right here. So there we go. Yeah, during this fight, yeah, you're right. Alita's 29, Figure's 22. That's right. So that wasn't too far off, bad man. So anyway, guys, your thoughts about Figure 4?
He does seem like a very good fit.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, he's a fighter just like she is. He enjoys conflict just like she does.
Yeah.
He has a well-rounded sense of humanity, I think, like she does when she's not in certain situations.
In killer mode.
And I think he also helps bring out the better side of her.
He's a bit dumb as well. So
yeah,
she seems to like the slightly dumb ones, like Hugo as well.
I don't know. Hugo, especially the movie version, never struck me as dumb because he wouldn't have been able to make the kind of deals he did if he were stupid.
True. But he sort of handles like he should have just dropped everything for Alita.
Yeah, but he was also very focused, single-mindedly so, on his dream of getting to Zalem. It took a bit to pry him out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does leave it, though.
Yes.
Yeah, he does.
Slightly too late, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Rest in peace.
Yeah, he leaves it for the
cyborg
waifu, doesn't he? So
yeah.
Then
gets cut to pieces.
Yep.
Indeed.
Yeah, but old Figure, he's great. He's a Creek's favorite for sure. Mm-hmm. I just love that fight in the desert, though. I laughed at that thing when I first read it. Just kind of look on her face. He said, "All right, Angel of Death, I'm getting sick of whatever she was doing or saying or whatever." And the panel has her kind of looking back over his shoulder, and he said, "Let's have it out, you and me, right now." And she says, "Okay." It's like, all right, let's do it. So anyway, it's really, really kind of neat. And of course, there's a big old hulking guy, and this apparent little girl, which a lot of people underestimate Alita because they think of her as just like a little girl, and she's a whole lot more than that. And they find that out too when they get in a scuffle with her, So, but I think too, before she goes off, I guess looking for Nova or whatever she's doing, she actually, I think, lives with Figure 4 for about a month, maybe anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks to 6 weeks. I don't remember, somewhere in there when they're in Alhambra, So at this point, she's kind of a long ways away from Scrapyard, because I guess she's still looking for Nova. And certainly we saw those couple of panels where, she's about to leave and she says, wait for me and don't cheat on me or something like that, So, so she definitely developed some pretty strong feelings for him. And he certainly had very strong feelings for her, I think. So anyway, your thoughts, fellas?
Well, I pretty much already gave mine. He seems like a really good fit for her. He's a fighter like her and seems to enjoy getting into a dust up or two, just like she does.
He loves a good scrap.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he has a lot of potential, especially for Disney, to bring in a very interesting character, a very interesting actor.
Yeah.
And hope to see him in one of the sequels.
He's another cool character that Gishira came up with, just waiting to be put on the big screen.
So a lot of chances to develop an interesting character.
Yeah. Alita the Killing Angel. I don't know if Figure fell for Alita from the very start. I think
it seemed to take a bit.
Well, I think he was probably thought she was nice looking because he did remember on the train.
Oh yeah, he thought she was very attractive. That's why he approached her first. She,
yeah.
however, seemed very standoffish from the start. Took her a while to warm up to him. But yeah, Figure, I think, did fall for Alita from the very start. He just thought she had some annoying habits.
Maybe that's true. I think, you know, because
but I think he did fall for her from the very
because
start.
I know on the train, you remember Yolg tried to hold him back, say, "Do you realize that's the angel of death?"
And he was like, "Nah, I'd win.
I don't care about that." You know, I just know I see a hot chick right there, and I want to check that out, you know, or something like that. And
she's
of course,
cute. I'm gonna say hi.
Yeah. And so what does she do? She puts her finger in the center of his forehead and says, "Don't get too involved with me, Mr. 4. People that do tend to get killed." So that didn't stop him, you know. So anyway, yeah, that's right, bad man. Yeah, Figure definitely ignored Yolg when he said, "That's the angel of death. Are you crazy?" You know, or something to that effect, you know.
Yeah, I think Figure just brushed it off as like people talking and superstitions and crap.
Yeah, maybe, and also she's really cute, and I want to meet her.
Yeah.
So, and he's right. She's really cute, but I don't think he realized what he was in for. But it worked out, I guess. So, so yeah, I really like Figure 4 a lot, and it's kind of like Smedrick was saying. You know, this is the opportunity, and the Creek wants to see. This would have to be an Alita 3, probably. An Alita Avenging Angel. I want to see Jason Momoa be Figure 4. Exactly. That's who I want to see because I think he'd be perfect, you know. At one point, I thought maybe Dwayne Johnson, but he I don't know, just something about him doesn't fit, you know.
Yeah, I'm not sure he would fit quite as well.
Yeah. But I think Jason Momoa would be great, you know, because he's a big guy like that. He's you know, he's Samoan or Hawaiian. I can't remember which.
I think he's Samoan. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's
well, after seeing him in Aquaman, I think he would definitely be a good fit.
Yeah. Now he'd have to shave that beard. Now he'd have to.
The rumors are they're going to have him be Lobo, the DC Comics character of Lobo next.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Jason Momoa a lot. I didn't see the Aquaman sequel. I did see Aquaman, and of course I liked him in the Justice League too, you know, but I heard Aquaman the sequel wasn't that great, so I don't know.
Yeah, another movie sequel that like flopped massively after it did well, like back in the Alita days.
Yeah,
Alita would have gone the other way.
Yeah, in Chinese numerology, number 4 is unlucky, so it's in the context Figure 4 courting disaster. Well, he by going after Alita, he definitely was courting disaster. So, but it worked out, you know.
Yeah.
So, especially at the end of Last Order, you know. Although I don't want to give away anything, so you know, you want to read the Last Order. So, any more thoughts about Figure 4, guys?
Nah.
Vladi, have you read this far in the manga yet?
No, I haven't even read this far anyway.
Oh, okay.
I only know from what I've heard, and like, he just seems like a fun, like, cool character.
Yeah, I like that one scene where they were hiding in this building and behind these walls. It was, I think, like a blown out building or something, you know, kind of like you saw, you know, in World War II, a lot of buildings that got bombed, you know, the kind of the outer shell was kind of still standing or whatever, and some of the floor was there, but they were hiding behind there, hiding from the bar jack, and this butterfly flies in there and it freaks Alita out, and she literally just blows out the whole side of the wall shooting at this thing. And Figure
she
4
mag dumps into a butterfly.
That's right. And Figure says, "What the heck was that?"
I think she doesn't even hit the butterfly.
No, she doesn't, you know, but he said, "What the hell was that?" You know, or something. You just gave, and Yolg says, "You just gave away our position," you know. And of course, you know, they start fighting the bar jack. She starts taking them out, you know. So, but all right, guys, nothing else about Figure 4. We can move on to this guy. Now, this guy, to me, Alita doesn't have any romantic feelings toward him whatsoever. I mean, she has some deep respect for him.
Yeah. Well, all I really know about this one is like the panel where like he like reaches inside of her and it's kind of creepy.
That one, plus the fact that he's kind of a whiny little wimp at some point where he just starts pitching a tantrum because she won't put a wedding dress on. I'm going, oh my God.
Yeah, he's got some personality quirks.
Yeah, he's got some issues going on there, you know. So, and then of course, you know, he's got that psychometry, you know, and so he starts like Vladi says, kind of doing some things with his hands he shouldn't be doing, you know, with her. And then of course he says and then of course when he touches anything, he kind of knows all the history about it, and he says Yoko, you know, like that. And she kind of course, you know, he goes in for a kiss like that, whether she just slugs him, you know, knocks him across the room, you know, and he comes back and looks at her, you know, and it's like, and her thought was, Yoko, why'd you call me Yoko? You know, or something to that effect, I think, you know, when
that's her name. Like,
yeah, that's right. That's your name. That's your
Well, that's the thing. She
name.
doesn't know that at that point, I don't think.
Yeah, she doesn't.
No.
She just knows Alita. That's all she knows, you know. But Gru Scott, I guess Finn. Although they don't say Gru Scott in Switzerland, do they, Spendrick? What do they say? Halochin or something like that? Yeah, Halochin. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, Finn knows that Swedish German is what he knows. So
Swiss German.
Yeah, Swiss German, not Swedish. Yeah, Swiss. Yes. Yeah, that's right.
Swiss German.
But she does have a lot of respect for this guy. And you know, I guess if they had hung out together long enough, maybe, and got to know each other a little better or whatever, who knows what would have happened, you know. But I tend to think not. But you never know. You know, you never know. So, but yeah, I think her feelings for him was more like just more of out of respect for what he was doing to, you know, with his radio and his mobile radio station and stuff like that, you know, and the good he was doing, you know, for people and stuff like that. So anyway, any thoughts about this guy?
I know even less about him than Figure 4, so
yeah,
definitely not a good fit. As much as he's attracted to her, she ain't attracted to him.
Well, I think a lot of guys would be attracted to her. So
doesn't mean they're a good fit for her, though.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right.
And I think he falls in that category.
Yep. So anyway, it looks like at this point she still doesn't know. Alita does she not know? Well, she doesn't have any.
Not really.
Yeah, not really. I think it's a kind of a revelation to her that he would call her Yoko. I think, and it's like he's right. Batman's right. It feels strange to her that he would call her Yoko. It's like, what? You know, like, what did you call me? You know, like that. My name's Alita.
How does someone know? You're right.
Yeah. And of course, I love that where she smacks him, boy. He just goes flying, boy. It's really funny. But this guy is, he's a lot more powerful than you would think, you know, because that psychometry, remember, was that katana that he picked up and he, you know, kind of became the master of its use, you know?
Yeah.
Reading kind of previous user.
It's like a Shadow Warrior type skills there.
And who did he fight too? He fought somebody with that, didn't he?
Gizmo killed an entire group of those cyber assassins when no one was watching.
Yeah. So I think it wasn't fair when I said he's a wimp. I don't know if he's a wimp. He's just like the
Incredible Hulk, kind of.
Yeah, he kind of is when he touches something like that. But the fact that he carried on like he did with when Alita wanting Alita to put that wedding dress on. It was almost childish, wasn't it?
Yeah, like I said, he's got some personality quirks.
Yeah, he's definitely got issues, but being powerful is not one of, or being weak, I guess, is not one of them. Particularly when he picks up a weapon or something like that, he knows how to use it.
Yeah, he can be. That's what I said. That's why I keep saying the Incredible Hulk, because like Banner is a wimp, but the Incredible Hulk is not.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, under certain circumstances, he can display a surprising amount of power, but that's only under certain circumstances.
But I think the biggest thing going against him, of course, is that Alita doesn't have any real, kind of deep feelings for him, other than just, respect. I mean, she does have that a lot for him, but no, she has no romantic inclinations toward him, much to his chagrin, I think. He doesn't, he just, for some reason, he doesn't measure up to her or something like that.
I would say that he doesn't count as the title of the stream, The Men in Alita's Love Life, because he's not really in her love life.
Well, this is why I have this in here, so we can discuss this. I agree with you. He's not, I would say if circumstances were somewhat different,
then maybe
she might develop these feelings for him.
They would have to be
I think it would be a reach, though. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it would be. If it did happen, it would take a very long time. Maybe years. And I think probably that little scene where he's kind of getting frisky with her probably had something to do with her thoughts about him too. I mean, she probably.
Yeah, but just. It's situations.
Yes.
Not ordinary situations.
That's right. That's right. That's not an ordinary situation.
It's called wanting to find Ito and wanting to have someone who knows about Destiny Nova.
Yes.
Oh, bye, Fed.
I'm not sure how he could exist in the films because he's a mutant, like X-Men kind of thing. So and mutants are illegal in Zalem, and Destiny Nova's up there. So how could he exist?
Yeah.
No, it'll make some kind of alterations to the story if they need to.
Well, in that regard, he has a little bit in common with Alita in that. I guess Alita's working for the Toon program, but they're kind of almost like outsiders. Yeah, he hates Zalem, and they're both kind of like outsiders almost. So, maybe a little bit in common there, but I don't think enough to bridge the gap of her having romantic feelings for him, like he has for her anyway. So,
but the whole idea or concept that Lady Gretus is talking about is that he's already known. Like he's already known by Ito and Alita before the Toon Badlands even happens. That's just contradictory.
How does Alita know him, Chaos?
The whole concept that Lady Kayla Gridis was talking about is that he would already have been met before the Berserker body even happens.
Well, that was what they were planning on. It didn't work out that way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember her mentioning that when we interviewed her. I remember that.
Yeah,
I think they were supposed to meet him when they went out to the Martian ship. Yeah.
I guess that would have been a little much for a 2-hour movie, I think, because that was halfway through the movie almost.
Yeah, so. They crammed a lot into a 2-hour movie as it was. They had to,
and they wouldn't have enough time to develop his character either, really. So
I'm still stuck on how he could be around because he exists because Destiny Nova left, and Destiny Nova didn't care about any of the rules of Zalem because he's not with them anymore, at least for now.
I suspect there could be the possibility they go with he was some kind of experiment that Nova conducted on Zalem, and he managed to escape to the surface.
Like Wolverine in the X-Men comics?
Maybe.
Nova's conducting all kinds of experiments up there. Who knows what he's doing.
But Chaos is his kid, too, isn't he? I mean...
In the manga.
Yeah, well, he augmented his own kid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of hinted that he is somewhat tough because it's the augmentation that Chaos would have would be similar to what they did with Wolverine, where he became metallic on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they gave in the movie they gave Ito a family. He didn't have a family in the manga.
That's right.
So it wouldn't be the first time they made a change.
Well, the thing about Chaos too is that when he, like we're saying, when he touches you, if you were, say, fighting him just bare hands, you know, even if you were like some kind of martial arts master and he managed to grab
he would figure out your
he would
know, but
yeah, and he would be skillful as well. So it would be kind of interesting, you know. He would pick it up immediately, you know. So, which kind of makes me wonder. Now you see, of course, that center image there is kind of that's an artist rendition, I guess, fan art. But on the right hand side over there, where he's kind of getting frisky with Alita, she knows Panzerkunst. So I'm wondering if he now, you know, he knows Panzerkunst. Now he can't.
Agni at least has some knowledge of it.
Yeah, because he can't execute it like she can because she's a cyborg and he isn't. But
well, Den and Chaos, when angry, seem to anticipate the movements of Alita when she jumps around.
Yeah. He's an interesting fellow, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, not for Alita, at least from her perspective. You know, I mean,
not somebody she's got a romantic interest in, but he is an interesting fellow.
Yes. I think she likes him too. You know, I think she does that, you know, but
I certainly didn't get the impression she disliked him. At the very least. I mean,
protective, yes. The rest, another story.
Mm-hmm.
It takes something special to want to drag somebody out when they're clearly related to your enemy.
Mm-hmm. All right. Any more thoughts about our boy Chaos?
No, didn't. Did you already mention? I left the room for a second. Lita Calagrita said.
Yeah,
I mean, I think the best thing to be talking about, like, I'm going to make a slides about the mutants, and he'll be one of them, and just
okay, cool.
Because it takes a lot to cover everything about him because he has so many things about him. He's kind of complicated.
Well, the thing about him too, Chaos, is he's a little bit like Mystique, isn't he? I mean, or not Mystique, Rogue. He's a little bit like Rogue.
Yeah.
You know, Rogue touches you, and she can drain some of your life force, but she also, if you're
gets your abilities,
she gets your
powers.
So he's
he does do that.
Yeah, that's right. So he's a lot like Rogue is, you know. So
Killing Angel had a question there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was.
Does Chaos sense he can never beat an Alita fight? Is that why he decides for romance? Well, he actually falls for her because he's getting a feed off of her past affection for other people that she's known. And that sort of causes him to fall in love with her because it's sort of like a secondhand effect.
I don't think, though, Killing Angel, that he has a sense that he can beat her, because he has to know that, okay, he touches her and he knows some of the movements in Panzerkunst, but he's not a cyborg, so he's not going to be able to execute.
Well, he is a cyborg because he's augmented. Not what you would think about, where he's plastic on the inside, but he's internally augmented. So his skeleton is like, you think if you X-rayed him, you'd think you're looking at like Wolverine, or something.
Well, he's not augmented enough to use Panzerkunst, though.
Yeah, I don't think so.
At least not to the full
not the way Alita can use it anyway. Yeah. So I think he could use it because
I think he could know how to slice and dice up cyborgs, even if they have skills.
Well, that's why I said to the full effect, because there's obviously going to be some aspects of it he can use, but he wouldn't be able to use it to full ability or to full.
Well, I don't think.
But knowing their abilities can be effective in defeating them, even if you aren't using their techniques.
Yeah, other cyborgs for sure, but Alita, she's a little different. I mean, I don't know. I don't think he could take Alita. I think
very few people can. So there's no way in hell he could.
But I think he tries for romance just because
well, like I said, he
fell
seemed
for.
to get, he
That's-
seemed to get her feelings for other people in her life, like Ito and Hugo and all that, and it sort
project them
of
on his-
imprinted on him, and he
Yeah,
sort
that's
of
right.
falls
Yeah.
for her. I mean, he ends
Yeah.
up blaming her for it too, and like,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to blame me for you getting frisky with me? Is that what you're going to do?
Yeah, somebody's cruising for another smacking.
That's right. Oh, boy. Anyway, I hope that answered your question there, Alita, the Killing Angel. That's a neat handle. I like that. All right. So any other thoughts about our boy Chaos? Now, let's not talk about him too much because we're going to talk about him tomorrow, but we do want to kind of set up a couple of things here. So I think, well, one of the things they're going to talk about tomorrow is what would have happened had Joshigan lived, you know, because Joshigan dies in his last motorball, you know, I guess combat, you know, if you want to call it that, or his last motorball match with Alita, you know, he actually dies, you know, but Alita clearly has the hots for this guy. I mean, because he is who he is, you know, he's
I'm not sure if I would say she got the hots, but she definitely, I got the impression she had some kind of attraction.
Yeah,
because of his confidence, his capability, his focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's more a role model for her.
Yeah,
could be.
Yeah, she was looking forward to learning more from him.
Yeah,
his appearance makes him a role model for Alita, I think.
Yeah, and I think, you know, well, Alita certainly had his poster up in her apartment, so definitely at least a fangirl, at least, you know. But I think Lee's hit it on the nose because one that I mean, especially when she wakes up, you know, after having her match with him. Remember, he punched through her stomach, you know, and she wakes up and says, "Oh my God, I wish I could have," something to the effect, "I wish I could have known him better because when I felt this power," or something to that effect, you know. So she really, I think, I wouldn't say a romantic bond, but I think she kind of bonded with him at some level.
A great deal of respect and admiration.
Yes, exactly. So, and tomorrow we're going to talk about what would have happened had he lived. Who knows where that would have gone? Now, that would have been another thing like Chaos. I don't know that if Alita had any kind of romantic kind of thoughts toward him, but, you know, she didn't have any romantic thoughts toward Figure 4 in the beginning either. And that you saw how that one turned out. So anyway, you know, this one, and he is a lot more like Figure 4 than Chaos is like Figure 4. In other words, this guy's, he's big, he's powerful, he has a lot of capability, he's extremely confident, you know, and he's you know, I don't know how to put it. He's just if in the DC sense, he's a metahuman, you know.
He's an impressive and imposing individual.
Yes. And of course, when he took on Alita's motorball team by himself, he literally kicked all their butts until he got to her, of course. Then it was a kind of a battle, you know, and you know, basically he actually beat her, I think, you know, or he would, and then of course he died, you know, which was unfortunate. But I think he would have been more of a fit for her if she developed romantic feelings toward him and her, and her, than say Chaos. It would have been more like what she felt like with, or some of the reasons she got with Figure 4 would be maybe some of the same, you know, circumstances or whatever with Joshigan, you know, because he's a very physical guy, you know, to me, you know, I don't know. What do you guys think?
Is Joshigan a very physical individual?
No. I mean, would Alita, do you think, well, we'll talk about this tomorrow, but do you think Alita could develop any kind of romantic feelings for Joshigan?
Based on the positive view
I do feel it would be a respect for another pro athlete, though.
Possibly, yeah.
Well, I think that based on the admiration she had for him to begin with, it could easily develop into that. It wouldn't necessarily, not necessarily that it would, but it easily could.
Yeah. What about you, Vladi?
This is like him dying was the end of where I got to in the manga.
Ah, okay.
So I don't know. They were so like competitive on like an equal level in the race they had.
Yeah.
Possibly if like they both survived. Yeah, I think it's possible. They could have been like a power motorball couple.
Yeah, could have been.
And that would have been pretty sick.
Yeah, it would have. Well, you remember in that little side story, Sonic Fingers, she did have his poster up in her apartment. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
He very much made an impression on her.
Yes, he did. Now, I think the movie version of Jashigan is not like, well, at least we didn't see enough of the movie version of Jashigan.
Yeah, we really didn't get enough of him in the movie to really get a good read on him.
No, it was a cameo. Plus, but I wonder if the actor for Jashigan ever wanted to, the actor who played Jashigan ever wanted to come back.
Jai Courtney.
According to some of the interviews I saw, yeah. They told people it would be a setup to a possible sequel, and they wanted people who might be interested in doing that. And Jai Courtney was one of the people who was interested in coming back for a sequel, for an expanded role.
Yeah. And in the manga, too, initially, Jashigan, he didn't get all these super duper meta-human level-like powers until Nova, got a hold of him and worked on him, I think. Mm-hmm. I think he was a good motorball player for sure, but Nova enhanced him to the point where I guess he became Emperor Jashigan, but he was dying, wasn't he? What did he have? Some kind of brain?
He had cancer in his brain.
Yeah.
He had cancer in his brain, so that killed him.
Yeah. And I guess
they called them flatline attacks.
Yeah. And so, I know Ito revived him a couple of times, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think.
At least once, I think.
Yeah. But initially he wasn't, and then Nova got him and enhanced him a whole lot, and then he became like superhuman. I think that was another thing that Alita liked about him, that he was as powerful and as capable as he was. I do kind of agree with Chaos.
That same power pretty much killed him, though.
It did, but I think she did develop that respect for him, like other pro athletes would have for other pro athletes, I guess. So, what do you think, Smendrick?
Yeah, I think it's less romantic, but more. She's a fan of him. Yeah. Yes. In the way we have football players and soccer players and girls and guys.
Well, I think
looking up to them.
I think she's more than a fan, though, because she is a colleague almost. I mean, she's a competitor.
Yeah, okay,
so, but but she can still be his fan. Yeah, she. Can
is a normal football player, not a professional. Yeah. Who is a fan of Ronaldo or whoever. Yeah. Is this a colleague? Yeah, okay, they do the same sport, but I think it's more this role model. Yeah,
well, it's kind of like I was watching today. I was watching a video where Arsenio Hall was interviewing Muhammad Ali when he was still alive, and he brought out Sugar Ray Leonard and Mike Tyson out to, and they were fans of Muhammad Ali for sure, because he was kind of their role model, but they were still like fellow boxers, although Muhammad Ali at this point was retired, but they were still his fans as well as being boxers, you know. So I think I get your point, you know.
Yeah, exactly. That's the right description.
I think
but I don't know how they develop the character in a sequel or make a cameo or whatever.
Well, I think the Joshigan on the right there looks a lot more badass to me than Jai Courtney's Joshigan. Of course, we don't know enough yet. We only saw Jai Courtney in just that one little scene, you know, and he's not in the movie. He's not Emperor Joshigan like he is in the manga, you know. He's the guy on the right. And I hope when Jai Courtney comes back, when he gets I guess if they follow the manga and Nova makes him kind of like a superhuman or more of a superhuman, maybe they'll do it kind of like it'd be neat that if they had Jai Courtney when he becomes superhuman like this, when Nova works on him, his hair grows long like it does on the right. That would be kind of neat, you know, like it'd be almost like that biblical story of Samson, you know. That'd be kind of cool, I think, you know, if they did something like that, you know. Anyway, thoughts, Vladi or Lee? Or Lee, we'll go with you first. Any thoughts about Joshigan?
Not that I haven't already voiced.
Yeah. What about you, Vladi?
I don't know. I already said my thought.
All right. Well, we can move on then. Well, we're at 2 hours.
It's getting late anyway. I want to get to bed soon.
All right.
I'm gonna the cinema in my nearest cinema finally refurbished the seats and it's got nice, lovely recliners. I'm gonna check them out for the first time. Watching that new Lord of the Rings anime movie.
Cool.
Hopefully, it isn't boring.
Do they serve food in there as well, or
no? And thankfully, I think that's a bit. I don't really like that.
Well,
it's distracting in a movie theater.
Oh,
just
I
like
don't
get
know.
your popcorn. We don't like bring like hot meals in.
I don't know. I mean, we have a movie theater near here called the Alamo.
Draft House.
Yeah, that one. And then we got another one that there's an AMC theater near my house here. They do the same thing. You can order food, you know, but well, actually, I think that one though you order it before you go in.
Yeah, so, that's better. Yeah, I'm just more interested in the recliners. It's great. It's in IMAX as well. It's going to be sick.
Yeah, well, they have recliners.
The prices have gone way up, which is really annoying. And they do the thing where the seats at the front are like half the price of the seats at the back. So it just feels like you're being ripped off when you just want to sit at a reasonable place.
Oh, I love sitting up at the front.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind either. So I don't need to sit at the back, but it's IMAX, so it's a bit much to sit right at the front.
Well, you want to kind of sit like 1/3 of the way up in the, you know, not way in the back, but not way in the front. Yeah, that's right. Just close enough to where it kind of fills your vision, but not so close where it overpowers you, you know, or something.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly, guys.
Yeah.
Remind of the half-blind people.
Yes.
Freak, how many suitors have we got left for Alita? Do we need to judge who is worthy of our girl?
Well, we're not going to judge who's worthy.
Who is most worthy?
Yeah, I think figure 4, but we'll.
I don't really know anything about these guys.
Figure 4 with Hugo running a close second, I guess. But here's some of the others that I think a couple of these would be, or 3 of these would be a really big reach. Actually, 4 of them would be a big reach, I think. Kuhn is more of her. He comes into play, I guess, at the end of Mars Chronicles, and I think it's in volume 9. I think it is. And he's kind of, and Alita is basically a little girl, you know. So the only way I think that would develop is if, you know, some time goes by and Alita develops into a woman, and he, you know, he's not too much older than her, and, you know, they can, you know, maybe they hook up somehow. I don't know, you know, but he's a cyborg himself. So, I mean, it's not like it would be that strange, you know. And of course, it's like kind of like in Lee's story where Zaza kind of goes for Jason. She's a lot older than Jason.
Actually, she's about the same age.
Oh, is she? Because
yeah.
I thought it said she said she could get her get herself worked on to keep her appearance or something. I can't remember what it was now.
Well, she didn't bother updating her appearance as she got older because why would you?
Yeah. So anyway, that's another story. Now Gelda, of course, that's probably not going to happen because Gelda is more like a mother figure to her, or more of a drill sergeant, if you want to think of it in the military, you know. So I don't think that one's going to go very far. Lou Collins now this is the one that Matu and Channel think is a possibility, especially if Alita is kind of open to a, you know, kind of a same-sex type of thing. Now, me personally, I think Alita's hetero. You know, I think she's straight. You know,
I haven't really seen any evidence of any sign that she goes that way. I mean, she does seem hetero to me, but you never know. Yeah, who knows?
So anyway, but I know Matu and particularly Channel, I think, made the case that it could go that way, you know, or maybe it is a little bit that way, you know, or something like this, you know, because you remember there's that one thing in the manga where where I guess they put Alita in a different motorball body or something, and she said, "Why did you give me a female body? Why can't you know?" or something to that effect. So it's like it was almost like her, how she felt about certain things that like transcended what her feelings about sexual.
Well, I think getting away from all of that was a part of her desire to separate herself or get away from the heartache she was experiencing.
That's probably true too, because she was experiencing heartache from losing Hugo, I guess. So
yeah, it hurt her really badly.
Yeah, it did. But who knows? You know, perhaps Matu or particularly Channel, I think, could be right. There could be something that could happen between Lou Collins and Alita. I don't think so, but you know, who knows? Ping Wu, I don't think so. He was more like
I don't see that. That guy was more mercenary.
More
too
mercenary
for her to want anything to do with in that way.
Well, he was also the manager or coach of the Space Angels, the Space Angels, wasn't he, or something like that?
Something along those lines. But she was definitely willing to work with him because he was going to help her get some things she felt she needed.
Yes.
Beyond that, I don't see them getting any more involved in that.
I don't either. And Zex would probably be.
I'm not seeing that one.
Yeah, if Zex really can't stand Alita, or at least he's not particularly overly fond of her. He's more like her brother.
More like the annoying sibling.
Yeah, that's right. And he wants to fight Alita, which I think in his case is going to be a big mistake. But even in his Physoroid body, he's not going to be able to handle her in her Imaginos 2.1 body, you know, for sure, you know. But, you know, I don't know. You know, I mean, they both.
I still see him as too much of a brother to her to want to see those two getting together that way. It's just, But that may be just me.
Yeah, but I thought I'd throw these out there. The only one of the five you see right there that would have any possibilities at all would be Lou Collins, I think. I think the rest of them, Kuhn maybe, if some time went by and she, you know, grew up into a young woman and he's not too much older than her, and who knows. But the rest of them, I think, no, maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know. It's changed a lot. I mean, I mean, just like a lot. I mean, too. Also, like Kolomi's basically going to be an adult if they ever have her in the sequel. I'm the same actress. I mean, she's supposed to be like a baby at the start, but she starts off being about 15 years old. So that's very different.
Yeah, that's a whole lot different. So anyway, I don't know if we'll ever see Kuhn. It's possible we could see Zex in Alita 3. I think that's possible because he does fight Figure 4 when he's strictly AR-6. And he was a female when he fought her, wasn't he? And I guess he didn't like the sex he was in or something. I don't know. So
he didn't like the body, but Zex is a machine, so whatever.
Yeah, he's more of he's an android. He's not.
I think he exhibited more of the masculine traits of Alita, which is why he transitioned.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Yeah, but it's not really surgery. It's just getting a new body that's shaped differently.
Yeah, that's true even with cyborgs. I mean, once you're a full cyborg, it's not even surgery; it's just mechanics.
Yeah. That's right. His face even looks like Alita, doesn't it, to a degree?
A little bit.
I think Zex would look good if he ended up like C-3PO in Empire Strikes Back, and someone's got to carry him in a backpack like Chewbacca did.
Well, I tell you now, hopefully KranberriJam's not here to say that, or Matu Chaos. They really like.
Zex will get put back together eventually.
Yeah. And for those of you in the chat don't know what Zex, that's German for 6, and that means he is AR6 is what he is. And he kills like 8 of the ARs, doesn't he, or something like that.
Yeah, he goes on a bit of a murder spree.
Yeah. So his ultimate goal is to get to Alita, you know, but I think he's going to be careful what he wishes for. He might get it. So
does Zex know? Does Zex know about what's going on at this point, or does he think that it's AR-13?
I have no idea. I can't remember. I know he wanted to fight her before the Zot. I know he wanted to do that, and he says, you know, after this is over, you and I are going to fight, or something like that. And she just says, okay, just like she did with Figure 4, you know. I mean, she's not afraid of him at all, you know. And of course, if she fought him, I think she would probably kick his ass pretty bad, you know. But anyway.
Yeah, I just remember Zex for having a ridiculously impractically huge blade. So, like Zex, why?
I thought you were going to say something else there.
Well, he's pretty strong, man. I mean, that guy.
Impractically huge blades in the manga seem to be the norm for the most part.
Yeah. Alita had one too.
Practically huge blades are no match for an expert with a 1,000-year-old katana at his side. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably true. Elf and Swerve did have to carry Zex around for a while after he challenged Alita the first time.
Yeah, she wrecked him the first time.
Yeah, that's right. So, and if he would have fought her again, you know, in her Imaginos body, she's going to wreck him worse.
Yeah, imagine it would end up going something like, okay, best 2 out of 3. Okay, best 3 out of 5.
Yeah, that's right.
And just on and on like that.
Because he's got a lot of Alita's traits. He's not going to give up either.
Yeah.
So it would eventually be, okay, best 11 out of 21.
Yeah,
best,
something like that.
Best 15 out of 31. Something like that, you know, is what it would end up being, you know. But she was all up okay with it. Hey, you want to fight?
Oh,
okay.
She has no fear of fighting. I mean, combat is her thing.
Yep.
Yeah, the battlefield is basically where she lives.
That's right. Well, what it makes her feel more like herself, or something. That's what she told Figure 4 once, I think. Something like that. That was just before he told her that he liked fighting as much as eating, but he hates wars and the girls that fight in them, and that got her attention. Yeah. Okay, is there anyone else? I mean, I could have left out somebody because there is so many characters in the manga, you know, that, you know, it's impossible to consider everybody.
I can't really think of any.
Badman's out there. I know next to Maxie, he probably knows as much about the manga, I guess. So
Toshiro didn't write many like love stories for Alita.
No.
Which Cameron obviously has. I like the fact that Cameron infused more of that into her story.
Yes, I like that too.
And I'd like us to end on that gallery I sent.
Yeah.
In the chat. Can we just because that's the most important relationship so far for our girl.
Yeah.
Do you want to just open it?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. No, I don't know about that one, Alita Killing Angel.
No way.
No.
She wants
the pain.
She wants to kill him. Matter of fact, she did kill him once. Or she thought she did anyway.
Maybe I can take care of Dusty Nova next time.
Oh, for crying out loud. No one brain chip Alita with chip
brain Alita with
chip brain Alita with chip Alita. Oh, geez, that would be silly.
That would be a little creepy. I think
that would just be whacked so bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah, like when I guess, well, even human Alita, when she got printed by the Brio printer, and Chip Alita says, let's say goodbye to each other first in the right way.
Yeah.
That would be really creepy, I think. Yeah. All right, I can't think of anybody else.
Yeah.
I guess.
Can you go on the Imager gallery, Creek, to finish?
Say what?
Can you go on that link I sent and show that?
Well, we can do that, but we got some more things to do other than that. But let's see, Vladdy. I think it's this one you.
Well,
did.
we're wrapping up the relationship now, so let's just finish with her main relationship.
The wrong one. Let's see what Vladdy's got here on this one. This is the one. Okay, I got it.
Oh wait, sorry, did I not send it?
No, you sent it. I've just had to find it.
Is it an image earlier? I'm not sure I did send it.
This one?
No, sorry. No, I messed up. Oh, wait, maybe I still got it in my clip folder.
Well, this is a pretty good image right here, I think.
Oh, it's still here, actually. Sorry, I've sent it now.
Okay, there. Is this?
The latest message I sent. There should be a new one for
Oh,
images.
yeah, that's a kind of a cute thing. Let me pull that one up. That is.
Bring it up, Creaky.
I'm
Pull that
trying,
shit up, Creaky.
Vladdy, quit being the
Pull that shit up.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we?
Yeah,
there?
that's right. Yeah. So
Isn't
that's
I think
extremely
that must have
cute.
been done by
nice,
the
yeah.
Chinese fan because it's the Great Wall of China.
Yeah.
If things turned out differently, this is what could have been.
Yeah.
Poor Alita, she lost all this.
Yeah.
Bloody Nova.
Yeah, Nova took it from her.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Oh, what happened?
Oh,
ads. Just press the close top right.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, next one.
I thought I clicked the wrong button. So
Yeah.
So what do you want
Next
me to do
one.
now?
Just keep scrolling down.
Oh.
There you go. Next one.
Oh yeah, that's
Isn't that sweet?
Yeah.
I like that one. Yeah.
Their first time meeting, playing. Well, not their first time. But,
Whose number is this?
that's the one who was like cut into a million. No, the one. That's the guy who was the one. Yeah, you know the
Kanuba.
one.
Kanuba.
Kanuba. That's the one. Yeah. I
Yeah.
was trying to remember his name.
Yeah, that's cute.
That one's sweet.
Yeah.
Good morning, my love.
Yeah, how would you like to wake up with Alita in your
Whoa.
in your window?
No.
You're gonna say something else.
Well, that's what he.
I think
woke
this
up
is
to.
like an official graphic.
Oh, cool.
I think you could buy this as like a sticker or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hugo looks a bit off there, but it's still quite good. I like the heart and everything.
Well, Alita looks a little bit off too, I think.
Yeah, but I like the cyborg body. Looks pretty good.
Ooh,
This is
that's
Another
nice.
cute one.
Yeah.
And this concept art, I love that. Originally, Hugo was meant to be like a
Latino.
Yeah, a Latino, like I don't know,
sort of fit in more with the South American.
Yeah, now he was made more of a young guy with Ian Johnson.
Yeah. Of course, that's cute.
And this is just some of the close-ups. I just fell in love with her as she was falling in love with Hugo.
Oh, that's cute.
And here that's just after she's shown her ID card to Hugo.
Yeah.
So proud of herself.
Just before they went into the Kansas bar.
Yeah, caused a bit of chaos in the Kansas bar.
Hopefully she'll do that in my Kansas bar.
And that's her looking at Hugo with great thirst after getting her new body.
And this is what Rosa calls the kissing bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If Hugo is a Kanuba fan, why would he consent to Jackie? Well, paycheck.
Yeah.
It was all about the money.
Well, and probably it's cover too, I guess. So nobody would suspect.
Look how sweet they are.
Yeah. Oh,
and that's the same scene, but without CGI.
I love that right there.
Because it was Rosa who was doing the acting and looking so people falling in love.
Yeah.
And look how they captured the spirit of the manga as well. So sweet.
Yep.
These are all reactions to like Hugo. So that's her like making in the manga. I mean, the manga ones.
I know in an interview, Rosa said she looked forward to meeting Figure 4 in a future Alita movie.
Yeah.
Cute. These are cute. This is her in the no, I was about to say that was her in the yellow door thing, but she's in her tuned body here. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like the jacket that she had when she was doing bounty hunting.
She's worried about
in her earlier days.
Anyways. You can load the last 2 images if you click the button at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then we'll be done. And that's when she's worried that he's drunk.
Yeah.
And here's just one final one. I really like this fan art with Hugo falling to his death. Etc.
Boy, when Hugo's arm broke and he was falling and she let out that scream, boy, that is emotion evoking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely.
Boy, Rosa did that so well. God almighty.
Where's her Oscar nomination?
No,
see, the Academy owes her so much.
No shit.
Zoe Saldana was just saying the other day how the Academy needs to recognize motion capture people. So in the Alita sequels, I'm confident Rosa will get a nomination.
Well, I mean, if Andy Serkis got an award for being Gollum, then why not? He didn't?
Yeah,
okay.
But he didn't. I know. That's the problem, yeah.
It's rigged. It's all rigged.
It is all rigged. Completely all rigged.
Lord of the Rings did get an award, though, right?
Huh?
Wait a minute. So, never mind. Gollum was the MTV Awards. Never mind.
The MTV Awards just mean absolutely nothing.
Right.
Mind you, none of the awards mean anything really. It's all like an Emperor's New Clothes thing. We have to pretend that they mean something, and everyone just goes along with it.
Alita Killing Angel says, I love Rosa's screams. Yeah, I like that one she does too when she cuts Karishka in half. That thing, that's a ki is what they call it in karate, you know, a ki. And when I heard that the first time, boy, it sent shivers down my back. You know, I mean, God almighty. But Rosa did that so well. Oh, holy shit. I mean, I'm all right, guys. Anything else? Because I know Vladi and Smendrick want to kind of retire, I guess.
Yeah, if I'm going to be watching a potentially boring movie tomorrow, I don't want to be on recliners. Is
this a Marvel movie? Is it, Vladi? Or
no, I've just heard like some people seem to really like the new Lord of the Rings anime movie. Some people.
Oh, Lord of the Rings. That's right.
Oh, right. It might be pretty good. But yeah, I don't know. Whatever. I mean, I will show the Lord of the Rings movies from 2001 until 2003 to my children when they're old enough, but I don't know. I'll see.
Well, Vladi, the Lord of the Rings anime might be pretty good. You know, might be. Maybe it won't be boring.
Well, yeah, I'm going into it with an open mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time, I'm left unfulfilled. A lot of the movies this year have disappointed me.
Yes, they have.
Because there's no Alita sequel.
Well, not only that,
that's it.
I refuse to see the Marvels too. I am not going to watch that movie.
The what?
The Marvels.
Oh, well, it's long gone now anyway.
Long gone. Yeah, and it didn't do well at all.
Well, just don't worry. Don't look at the box office for War of the Realm, okay? Just don't. Promise me you just won't see it because. Just enjoy the movie.
Well, it's got really tough competition, so let's give it a break.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving on. Did we miss anything, you guys? Except the Alita sequels. We have missed the Alita sequels. Yes. Go ahead, Vladi.
What about no, this would have to be a whole other episode. Like non-in-universe potential relationships.
That is a very.
We need to put all of us into the mix.
Well, it'd be a little creepy for the creep to be.
Who's most worthy of Alita?
Well, it'd be a little creepy if the creek was in that mix because I'm wrong.
No, you'd have to officiate it. You'd have to keep it on the rails.
Then we'll make a note of that. Other characters, yeah.
Ban anyone being disrespectful to Alita.
Not that Alita needs me to protect her.
Yep, Creaky, you know what picture to show us here.
No, I'm not going to show that picture. No, I'm not going to do that.
Uh,
I mean, everybody's seen that picture. We've had enough of it. All right. So, anyways, you can see from that center image there, Alita does love her Uncle Creek, and that's because he wants a sequel, and he is going to continue to want that sequel, Disney, until you give it to us, for Christ's sake. So, I want to. We want it. We got to have it. And I'm assuming there's no other topics since we're running way over. And there's our queen right there in front of the Pasadena Playhouse, in front of the courtyard. And she was phenomenal in that damn thing. I mean, like I said, I went to see her twice, and man, I'm telling you, I was not bored even the second time, even though you know how it's going to go. Plus, I saw the play many years ago, so I kind of knew how it was going to go. But I'm telling you, man, she was awesome. She was freaking magnificent in that play. And it just really amazes me how these people, her particularly, but these actors, how they memorize all these lines and deliver them so naturally. You know, I mean, to me, it's an awesome feat, I think, you know, and she was just really magnificent, you know, in that play, you know, and I told her so too, boy, because she deserves it. I also want to give shout outs to Eldamont and Jesse Fisher because they brought Screwhead to life, and we want Screwhead in the sequel because we want Screwhead to kind of make up with Alita and, you know, get on Alita's motorball team when they take on Joshigan and
kick butt.
And that's right, kick butt, because I'll tell you, Screwhead can do some serious butt kicking herself. You know, she can definitely do that, you know, but all three of them are really good at what they do, you know, and of course we want all three of them in the sequel for sure, you know, particularly our queen. You know, all three of these ladies deserve to be in that sequel, I think. So we're going to keep pitching it for them too, Disney. Tomorrow, the reason why we kind of stopped short on Joshigan a while ago is because tomorrow we're going to, you know, kind of discuss what would have happened if Joshigan had survived. And that's where we'll pick up. You know, I mean, I have my kind of scenario of what I think would happen, you know, if Joshigan had survived, you know, but we're going to chat about that. I think Angelus is going to be the host. I'm not sure about that, though. Since we haven't seen any show notes yet. So, but anyway.
He was playing StarCraft 2 like an hour or
yeah,
two.
that rascal.
What's he doing? Get on the stream.
Yeah, well, that's all right. You know, you know, we're all doing this because we love to do it. And there's no requirement. You have to show up.
Yeah, for sure.
So anyway, but anyway, join us for this tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk about the various things that could happen had Joshigan survived that last motorball match he had with Alita, you know. And of course, here is the Creeks. And I think while we're on the stream, we may have passed 225,000 because we were within like 6 or 8, you know, subscribers of passing 225,000 subs.
Oh, nice.
And the reason why I'm doing this is because the more people see Alita, the more people are going to, you know, hopefully they'll want to see that sequel, and we get that sequel for our queen, and you know, she gets to play Alita again like she wants to do, and we'll just keep plugging at it until we get it, you know, and we're just going to stay after Disney. And as John Landau, boy, I miss John, even though I never met John, I miss him. But you know, we just keep peppering them. We're just going to keep up until we get it, you know.
Yeah.
Even if the Creek's 160 years old, I'm still going to be peppering Disney.
John never told us to stop peppering.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
So we need to keep peppering Disney and kind of help, you know, John see Alita 2 through our eyes.
Yeah.
And I just want everybody to know that after this is up, after we do our, you know, kind of what we're doing here, we're going to have something we call the Stammtisch. And this was actually Svendrik's idea, you know, that we have this. So it's kind of an after party, you know, type thing. And we do not stream this. So if you're a little worried about being on something with the stream and, you know, talking in front of people, which there are not that many people out there, but, you know, but if you're a little bit worried about that, don't be, because we don't stream this. You know, this is just a bunch of us after the stream. We just, you know, just talk in and just, you know, end it about anything we want to talk about. So, you know, there's the link. If you click on it, even after the stream is over, you know, the end of the outro and all that stuff, you click on it, we can still bring you in. So in other words, the stream doesn't have to be active for you to come in. And of course, we are the Alita Army. We you know, we're advocating for that sequel for our girl Alita and our queen Rosa. We definitely support them passionately and positively, as I guess John Landau alluded to. And of course, we do a lot of neat things, and we are the most positive fandom on the internet. We don't, you know, belittle anybody. Of course, we've had haters try to belittle us, but we just let it roll off our back, you know. So, but Disney, we are here to stay. We are not going anywhere until you give us that sequel. End of discussion. Any last thoughts, guys?
No.
No, I'm just trying to hold back a Disney rant.
Yes.
I want to go to bed.
Yep.
Why are you trying to wind me up just before bed?
Because it's fun to do it.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. So I guess that only leaves one thing, but that's after I go through this right here. Why is this image here? Well, I like it. That's why it's there. And to paraphrase Gruishka, I'm only here for our girl. And of course, us in the Alita Army, we're all only here for our girl and the Alita Army. So that just leaves one thing left to do, and that would be, on my count of three, the call to action. 1, 2, 3.
Film those sequels, baby.
Baby. All right, so we'll see you next week on the Alita live stream, and we'll see you tomorrow on Radio Chaos.
Night, guys.
Bye. Take care.
What's up, Alita Army? This is Hot Toys Alita, and I hope you enjoyed this week's Alita live stream. Please join my Uncle Creek, Angelus, and our other guests for next week's show. Remember, I do not stand by in the presence of evil, and film those sequels, baby. See you next time.